I'm Steve Kathan. Pakistan says Iran has come up with a new offer to end the war. CBS's Natalie Brand is at the White House.
Iran has handed over its latest revised proposal to Pakistani mediators, and our Imtiaz Tayyab reports that a spokesman for Iran says ending the war is the top priority in this latest proposal.
President Trump says once the war is over, gas prices will come down immediately. CBS's Kelly O'Grady reports if there is no deal soon, prices could keep going on up.
It really depends on how long the conflict goes on. It also depends on how much more infrastructure could get damaged if things do ratchet up between these two sides. Remember, we've seen refineries, oil fields close down, but they're also going to have to rebuild some of this, and that doesn't happen overnight.
AAA says what happened overnight was a nearly 10-cent jump in gas prices, the average now $4.39. President Trump has signed the measure that reopens the Department of Homeland Security. CBS's Nicole Killian.
Neither side got what they wanted here. This is basically just a patch to fund the Department of Homeland Security, or most of the agency, through the end of the fiscal year. Agencies like TSA, FEMA, Coast Guard. However, ICE and Border Patrol funding was stripped out of this measure, so Republicans are going to handle that separately.
A Louisiana congressional candidate is suing to try to stop the state's Republican governor from postponing this month's House primary elections.
That lawsuit, filed by 5th District candidate Lindsey Garcia, claims Landry's emergency order is an unconstitutional overreach and disenfranchises voters who've already turned in absentee ballots. The suit also claims the Supreme Court's decision did not order the state to put the election on hold. However, Loyola University of New Orleans law professor Dane Ciolino believes the court will allow Landry's order to stand.
At this point, the state can't constitutionally conduct elections under a map that the Supreme Court has declared to be unconstitutional. That would violate the Equal Protection Clause.
Ian Ozan for CBS News, New Orleans.
14 FEMA employees who signed a public letter criticizing the nation's disaster preparedness have been reinstated after 8 months on paid leave. It's the latest reversal of former Administrator Kristi Noem's policies. All on board were killed in a small plane crash in Texas, as we hear from CBS's Jim Krasula.
5 people have died after the small plane they were in crashed near a lake outside Wimberley, Texas. That's about 40 miles southwest of Austin. A local official says it appears the Cessna aircraft was traveling at a high rate of speed when it went down late Thursday night.
And checking Wall Street, the Dow is up 20 points. The S&P is up 49. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Coming up, the latest on that mass stabbing incident in Tacoma. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. The Friday effect is real. A welcome break compared to yesterday. We're just seeing some light delays. The biggest delay that we are seeing at this point is SeaTac into Seattle. There's a 10-minute delay heading into town. Just past Boeing Field is where that slowdown is going to start occurring. And that'll take you about 28 minutes on I-5, but that's not that bad, right? Renton to Bellevue, northbound I-405, you will experience some slowdowns through Renton, taking you a good half an hour. Heading the other way, 405 southbound, you're going to see some delays from Bellevue to Renton. And that will take you about 18 minutes. So it's a 4-minute delay. It's not much, but it is a little bit unusual for this time of day. We're going to see some slight slowdowns across Lake Washington on either bridge, just a few minutes heading into either Seattle or Bellevue right now. But across most of the board, things are looking pretty good. This traffic report brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony night presented by T-Mobile is tomorrow, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm John Repp. 6 people wounded Thursday in a mass stabbing at Tacoma's Foss High School are expected to recover. This parent feels bad for the traumatized students.
This is going on inside of their school where they're supposed to be safe, where all the kids are supposed to be safe. It's not okay.
A student arrested at the scene faces 5 counts of first-degree assault. Classes are canceled until Monday. Thousands of people are expected to join a May Day rally and march starting at noon today on Capitol Hill. Sylvia Gonzalez, community organizer with Casa Latina, says they want to take a stand against federal immigration crackdowns.
This is the moment we need to go outside and say something. We are here. The immigrants are here.
The rally begins at Cal Anderson Park, followed by a 2-mile march. Organizers are not discussing the route due to safety concerns, and additional rallies are planned across the state. Several data center developers are pulling their plans for large-scale facilities here in Seattle. The Seattle Times reports that 2 out of the 4 companies who originally approached the city say they now are no longer looking to plug into Seattle City Light's power grid. The news comes as Seattle City Council members announce plans for a moratorium on large-scale data centers, and the mayor's office says it will update the city's response to the issue next week. Legion Sports Bar in Bellevue has closed its doors. That bar was created by former Seahawk Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman, opening in Lincoln Square in 2023. In an Instagram post, the bar announced it was shutting down to focus on its efforts over at Lumen Field, where it has concessions in the club level. It's been a week of record-breaking gas prices around the nation and around our state, and today is no exception. The average price for regular in Washington state is now standing at $5.59 a gallon, according to GasBuddy.com. AAA has it even higher at $5.61. In Seattle, the average price, $5.79. Both are new all-time records. KIRO News Radio weather. Clouds and sun this morning, followed by afternoon clouds, the high of 71 degrees. A near-perfect weekend. Partly cloudy skies on Saturday, the high 73, and then Sunday, lots of sunshine, the high 81. Monday, carbon copy, a mainly sunny day, the high once again 81 degrees. Currently in downtown Seattle, fair skies and 56. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Party people!
That's what I'm talking about. Get the Friday, the Fresh Fridays, the Flex Fridays going. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Ursula, I see the sun peeking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's happening? We got a lot of thing on the show today. What's going on?
Oh, my
Tell
gosh.
everybody.
It's especially fresh today.
It's fresh.
Okay, the fight over Washington's new millionaires tax is red hot, as you know. And it's not just about money anymore. It is about power, the courts, and whether voters ever get a say in all this. The state's top lawyer, Nick Brown, is right in the middle of it. He joins us at 11:07.
Mm-hmm.
So what did his office really advise lawmakers, and did it cross a line? So we're going to have him to talk about that. We're also going to get an update on a legal fight involving Seattle's only nude beach. You know, that beach that you and I went to, fully clothed.
Yep, we've been there. We've been there.
So we're going to have a conversation with 2 people who want to know. They're trying to get clarification on toplessness.
Right.
And whether that part is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we are going to talk at 9:47 about Flex Friday and what we're doing. And we're always going to try to share some insight on how we're all trying to be healthier.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Yes, I did say beautiful. Let's get to it. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pittergas Law.
And you heard in John's newscast, 5 students, including the suspect, were hurt in this stabbing at Foss High School in Tacoma. A security guard was also injured. Cell phone video shows there was a fight inside the school. Students are throwing punches, wrestling on the floor. Another student was trying to break it up. And for parents, the big question is, how does something like this escalate inside a school?
According to the kids that were coming out of the school who did see it, it was over a vape battery. And so there's going to be potential loss of life just for a vape battery. It seems so idiotic to me.
Well, thankfully, all of the victims are expected to survive. The suspect is also a student at Foss and is facing some very serious charges. The school, is closed today, but will reopen Monday with added security and counselors on campus.
So, yes, this is the top story. It's very unfortunate that this happened inside of Foss High School. Today at 9:30, and this was important because I was having a lot of conversations about this yesterday. And a lot of times when we have these things in the news, there's always oh my gosh, I can't believe this has happened. Thoughts and prayers. How could this happen? And so it's like the same thing and it's on repeat. So yesterday, like a lot of topics that happens, we actually went more in depth about this. So coming up at 9:30, we're going to bring on Dave Jones, and he does the Breakfast Club every Friday morning at Foss High School.
Oh.
And he's going to join us. And it's very important that the Gee and Ursula Show gets his fresh perspective as to, yes, of course, it's over a vape battery and this and that. And how could this happen? But let's find out deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out, could this potentially happen with another topic?
And what does this say about this escalation and how students deal
exactly
with tension between them?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we'll do that at 9:30. Very unfortunate news happening out of Falls High School.
As the debate over Washington's new millionaire's tax heats up and with reports of businesses eyeing the exits, a comment from Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson is suddenly getting fresh attention. Now, this was at an event at Seattle University a couple of weeks ago. The mayor dismissed concerns that wealthy residents and big businesses might leave.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are super overblown. And if, the ones that leave, bye.
Okay, she got applause there, but is this the message that the Seattle mayor should be putting out there at this juncture?
Woo! Woo! What the hell was that? This is the same mayor that right before she got in office, when she was voted in, before it became official, that said, I'm not buying Starbucks, and you should not either. And what happened because of that? Mm-hmm. Starbucks is now taking $100 million and 2,000 of its jobs to Nashville. Ursula, here's my disappointment. There's a difference, my friend, between campaigning and leading. You see, when you campaign, you got a microphone, it's you, and it's a bunch of people that, yeah. But when you're a leader, right? You have those people that and love you, and then you also have to be there for the people who don't love you, the people that voted for you, the people that didn't vote for you. And one last thing I just want to say to all of these arrogant politicians lately, arrogance is the word. Remember this, that seat ain't yours. That seat belongs to the people. Mm-hmm. The people that voted for you, the people that didn't vote for you, the people that love you, the people that don't love you. So quit leaning back in this so-called seat and try to do something better than bye. That's some old G. Scott stuff to do on the radio. You don't do that as a damn mayor.
It makes her look clueless and inexperienced, which is the knock on her. Maybe some of the talk about everyone's leaving is overblown. I believe some of it may be overblown. Yep. But when the mayor of a city that has all these empty office towers and is in a time when major employees are choosing Bellevue over Seattle, and even though I think Starbucks made the decision long before she walked there with the workers, you just don't get to shrug and say, okay, bye, because that is not confidence. That is being complacent, and it's being naive.
I'm going to say something. I said it. You didn't say it. So this doesn't represent Ursula. This is me saying it. The mayor, Katie Wilson, still hasn't come on our show. I don't care if she ever comes on the show.
I want her to come on the show.
Okay. I said you said it. Yes. I'm saying I'm tired of arrogance. Go on somewhere with that. Go learn how to be a leader. Go do a workshop on leadership and come back and tell me. A lot of these damn social media influencers are, and everybody's a social media influencer. That's what she is. A social media influencer. That's not a leader to say bye. And the crazy thing is I agree with a lot of what they're talking about. Just the way that they're going about it.
Yeah, needs to change the tone. Okay, Gee, you and I made a little field trip to Denny Blaine Park.
Yes, we did.
Last year.
We did.
It's Seattle's only nude beach, officially. And once again, it is at the center of a legal fight over how much nudity is actually allowed. So a judge is going to be hearing arguments today after friends of Denny Blaine asked for clarity. Does the city's plan, which is to split the park into clothing optional and clothing required areas, actually ban toplessness? Or are private security guards right now going beyond what the court intended? And we have on the show with us Ellie and Jesse from Friends of Denny Blaine in studio right now. So first of all, thank you both for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having us. Really excited.
Okay, so let's start with this. You've gone to court asking for clarification. Specifically, what are you hoping that the judge will say about toplessness? And I'll start with you, Jesse.
Yeah, we're hoping that the judge really just allows the freedom and the beauty of expression that has been happening at this place for over 50 years. You know, the earliest recorded instance of someone skinny dipping happened 100 years ago. It's been known as a nude space for 50 years. It's on the state registered historic registry. So we're hoping that they confirm that and clarify some aspects about the abatement plan, because people are unsure. And so we have this guard going around, this private security guard that the neighbors have hired, going around taking pictures, and people have come to me saying they feel uncomfortable with that, and telling people to put on their shirts in the upper area. And so we just want clarity, because it's important that we want to abide by the laws and abide by the abatement plan.
Okay. So Ursula and I, we took a visit over there, and we saw it in, like, it was a regular day. We saw some folks nude down there, but everything was peaceful. It was great. Fantastic day. Ursula did some very in-depth interviews. But I just, well, you kind of did. But let me just do this for a second. How about the people that say, hey, families walk down there. Families walk down there with kids. When you hear people say that, what do you say to that talk right there?
Well, first off, it's important to note that if you ride the light rail late enough, you'll see a lot of things you don't expect, right? You know, when I go around town to Pike Place, there are things that I'm going to see. And you know, because you live here, it just doesn't happen in those neighborhoods. And so that's what's shocking to some people. The fact is that we've proposed deterrence through community funds to help keep our community safe. The neighbors have rejected those. We've proposed putting things, programs, things up, and those have been rejected. And so it's starting to feel that this isn't about keeping people safe, but about who gets to control the space. And in Europe, these sorts of things are commonplace. Just because people have different values doesn't mean that we shouldn't get to express ourselves in this manner here in this country.
Ellie, I want to ask you because, and I want to just piggyback on what Gee said. The judge's original order was meant to address public sex acts and drug use and what was deemed a public nuisance that I think most people would agree was a public nuisance. Why do you argue topless sunbathing was never part of that?
Sure. Yeah. So to start out, Friends of Denny Blaine and honestly the vast majority of the beach community over at Denny Blaine, we don't like it when that kind of behavior happens, when there's lewd acts, when there is people making others uncomfortable, anything like that. And so we've tried to do a lot of kind of activism and advocacy for we do de-escalation trainings, we do bystander intervention, ways people can get involved and prevent that thing from happening at the source and then escalate as needed, right? As it relates to, sorry, could you?
The toplessness.
The topless, right.
Yeah,
yes.
so that is, because the toplessness is the main issue right now.
Yeah,
Are you
totally.
arguing that people should be able to go topless in the area that's not toward the beach and the water, but
clothing
on the
required
upper?
area.
Yeah. Are you? What is your argument?
Yeah,
How far
totally.
do you want the toplessness to go?
Yeah, so totally. So the clothing required area on the upper area of the beach is a part of the abatement plan that kind of came out of this litigation. We want clarity for people who are coming to the beach and they're asking, what am I allowed to do? I want to follow the rules. I want to be respectful of this space. That has not been clear. And we also feel that the actions of private security at the park have really been unacceptable in terms of enforcement against people for something it's topless sunbathing. People do that across the city and it's not hurting anyone. And so we really want to kind of push back against this enforcement, which we feel has been discriminatory. If someone happens to present a certain way, if they if they are kind of feminine presenting, they have breasts, like the security will go after them, and we have this kind of recorded cases of this. But if it's someone like masculine and they don't have breasts, like they just don't get like talked to, and they don't get threats of police being called on them. And we really want to make it so it's clear you're allowed to be up here, you're allowed to just enjoy the sun in a way that respects the ongoing abatement plan.
Jesse, I really loved what you said a second ago, and you talked about, because yesterday on this show, Ursula and I talked about Al-Kai, right? And we talked about all the problems that these parks have. There's parks, there's problems, there's things that you see in Seattle all over the place. But for some reason, it seems like the folks at Denny Blaine, those people right there are, well, I can't believe they did it. As we get ready to close right now, going forward, what is it playing out that you guys want from here on out? What is it, if you had to tell the judge, and you were talking to the judge right now and you had a direct line to him, what is it that you guys want in that area?
The fact is, the regular people can't afford our own private beach in our backyard. And the fact that our bodies are so controversial in this society that tells you how limited our freedoms are as people. This isn't a battle of should people be nude, because nudity is legal in Seattle. The argument is, should this park be open? And we're saying that the history of this park should be honored. It is a state historic site, and it should be honored. Being closed it should not be the option. That's not the final solution. And so we have been working diligently decreasing the amount of crimes and or actions or any deliberate attempts to subvert our community that makes us feel unsafe since that abatement plan was put into effect. And we continue to do that, and we're looking forward to continuing that history that has gone on for the past 50 years, 100 years at this beach.
How long has that beach been going? How long is it?
It has been people have been skinny dipping there for 100 years, but it has been known as a nude beach and on the historic registry for a nude beach for 50 years. So these neighbors moved here after the fact, and it's important to honor that. You can't gentrify our beach.
Okay, we only have about 30 seconds left, so Ellie, I'm going to ask you, if the judge does side with you and says toplessness is allowed across the park, how do you make sure the behavior that actually triggered the lawsuit, the public sex acts and the other illegal activity, that don't start creeping back in?
Yeah, totally. That's really important. I think that we have been really advocating for, this is a chance for us to build something positive. And so we've been really promoting community guidelines, ways of here's how to kind of function at the beach. We really want signage. We really want things to show people, you might see nudity past this point of the fence and on this upper area, you may be topless. Please be respectful of the way it's set up, right? So really advocacy, enabling the community to kind of self-organize and to take care of the space. We've respected each other there for how long we have. I think just building on that is going to be really important.
Well, go ahead.
And can I also add, we also have many community events. We have a knitting circle on June 13th for International Knitting and Public Day. So we have a lot of events that we're trying to involve the community in. Yep.
Yeah.
So come
Why
by.
not, right?
Knitting circle.
Hold on. Did I miss that?
Yes.
Did you say, Jesse? Did you say nude?
A nude knitting circle for International Knitting Public Day.
Yeah.
Careful
at Denny Blaine.
Now, that sounds like a field trip, Ursula.
It does.
But before you guys go, I just want to tell you this, and I want to speak on behalf of Ursula and I were down there. It was a peaceful day. It was beautiful. And if there's one thing that I've learned in my life, sometimes certain neighborhoods with median households of income of very high, they like to choose and tell folks what we don't want in our neighborhood, right? Matter of fact, Laurelhurst was one of those neighborhoods yesterday. Laurelhurst, I still love y'all. Anyways, we talked about them, but thank you guys so much for coming in with your time. And I really do hope that they can come to some kind of agreement and that you can continue 50 plus years of being there. And Jesse, Ellie, I'm gonna have to think about that naked and knitting.
Come on down.
Come on down. We'll teach you.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh, you get talk. Oh, wow. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Ursula, coming up here next on the Gee and Ursula Show, we're going to have Dave Jones is going to come in. He runs a program called The Breakfast Club at Falls High School. He's going to join us next. Gee and Ursula.
And everybody is up, pulling for the big unit to do it with his brand, with his K. 1-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss and it's over. And he did it. He put it right on the rump of the old steer and burned her right in there.
It's the big unit's big weekend when the Mariners retire Randy Johnson's number 51 at T-Mobile Park. Congratulations, Randy, from a grateful city and the station that broadcasts every Mariners game you ever pitched. KIRO News Radio.
When was the last time someone reviewed your tax return looking for opportunity, not just accuracy? For most people, a tax return is something you file and forget. But what if it's actually a snapshot of decisions made, opportunities missed, and strategies waiting to be uncovered? At Madrona Financial and CPAs, your return isn't just paperwork, it's a roadmap. Brian Evans, CEO and host of Growing Your Wealth, is hosting a live workshop called Your Tax Return Treasure Hunt. In this interactive seminar, he'll walk you through the major schedules of your return, helping you identify missed planning opportunities and disconnects between your tax return and your long-term financial goals. Because your return already tells a story. To reserve your seat, visit madronafinancial.com or call 833-673-7373. And be sure to listen to Growing Your Wealth Saturdays at 9 a.m.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm John Reps. A developing story this morning out of Covington where the King County Sheriff's Office is investigating one person dead, another person hurt. Information is very preliminary at this point, but we understand from the King County Sheriff's Office that a 911 call came in at 7 this morning.
Call came in a little after, I think, 7 o'clock this morning. One person was dead at the scene. Someone else was injured and taken to Covington Multicare.
This is at Southeast 259th, just off of Highway 18, according to Brandon Hall with the King County Sheriff's Office. No suspects are in custody, and detectives are just now beginning their investigation. We'll keep you posted. As the face-off continues between the U.S. and Iran, the Islamic State has issued a new proposal for ending the conflict related to the Trump administration trying to get Iran's pledge, never trying to build a nuclear weapon. Now, this proposal comes on the day that the War Powers Act may or may not require a halt to the conflict or congressional approval to continue it. We get the story from CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand.
The president, as recently as yesterday afternoon in the Oval Office, continues to argue that he thinks Iran wants to make a deal badly. He believes this will be resolved shortly, hopefully.
Seattle Children's is interested in revisiting a decades-old policy that requires some medical helicopters to land about a mile away from the hospital on the UW campus. KIRO 7's Brandon Thompson says the agreement applies to non-critical patient transportation.
Now, the hospital says a memorandum of understanding with them, the city of Seattle, and the Laurelhurst neighborhood just to the south mandates the helicopters land at UW. It was created in 1992 out of concern of noise over the lakefront community. Seattle Children's says, quote, ongoing efforts by some to restrict helipad access put an unnecessary burden on the system, and quote, we are eager to revisit the voluntary agreement Children's has been operating under.
And the head of the Laurelhurst Community Council tells KIRO 7 they are open to meeting. On Wall Street, the Dow is down just a fraction, 4 points at this hour. The S&P 500 is up 43, and the NASDAQ is up significantly, 273 points. KIRO News Radio traffic. We are seeing some continued improvement around the region. Still seeing a slowdown on 405. Heading north out of Renton to Bellevue. That's not a surprise. It's a 4-minute delay. Not too bad. Just taking you about 23 minutes. But heading south from Bellevue is a little bit odd. That's the other direction where we're seeing a slower than normal drive by about 5 minutes. Still just a 20-minute commute. And looking at I-5, it will take you 25 minutes to get from Renton to Seattle. That's an 8-minute delay, but all told, you're really in good shape. If you want to take I-5 from Renton to Linwood, you're looking at a 42-minute drive, and 405 is actually the better route at this hour by about 3 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO News Radio app. You can text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. Here's your forecast. Sunshine. Some clouds today, of course, and you'll see even more clouds this afternoon, but this is all going to start clearing up over the weekend. The high today, 71. The high tomorrow, 73. And prepare yourself for Sunday with sunny skies, the high of 81 degrees. That's going to continue into Monday. The same high temperature with mostly sunny skies. Currently in downtown Seattle, you can see some hazy clouds. Current temperature, 55 degrees, actually 59 degrees as it continues to warm up in fair skies. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Just a reminder that we are going to have State Attorney General Nick Brown on at 11 o'clock today talking about the millionaire tax and his office's role in crafting that new bill. Also, we want to talk about right now the 5 students who were hurt, including the suspect and that school security guard who was injured after a fight inside a Tacoma high school escalated into these stabbings. All of the victims are expected to survive, but the suspect, who again is a student at Foss, is now going to be facing some serious charges. And there are a lot of questions for families about how something like this happens inside a school. So we are very fortunate to have David Jones, who runs the Breakfast Club at Foss High School, joining us now on the Gee and Ursula Show. You can watch him on YouTube. Good morning, David. Thank you, first of all.
How you doing?
Good. Now, you work with these students, and what was your reaction? What went through your mind when you heard about what happened?
Actually, I was at work, and I actually just got back from a celebration of life. So I was walking into my office and one of my staff members said, did you hear about X? And I'm a former assistant principal, so I'm trained to see an event like this and not completely respond, but just ask more questions and be curious about who was it, what happened, why were they there, what was, and I just went through and so I didn't really have a initial response or reaction except for, dang, I hope it wasn't one of my boys. I hope it wasn't one of my young women. I hope it wasn't one of my kids, and so then I just, started fact finding and figuring out what happened. So, but and I'm not normal in that sense. Like I've spent a lot of time in schools. I've spent a lot of time, dealing with these types of conflicts. And so, just trying to figure out what happened.
So during the lockdown yesterday, someone airdropped and sent a video of the actual thing that happened, the unfortunate stabbing and all that stuff. So to me, this trauma went out to a bunch of kids and a bunch of people. Not just 6 people, obviously, were hurt, unfortunately, and I'm grateful that they're going to survive. How does a school heal from something like this when the entire student body nearly has seen the video?
Well, I'll tell you, it's difficult, and this isn't new. I was an assistant principal almost 10 years ago, and there was videos then. It's the thing that we try to do when we're fact finding and investigating a situation like this is there typically is video, and you try to see it, and people and. Yeah, once it gets out, it's hard to navigate the stories and the narratives and things like that. And so in terms of healing, I got to give a shout out to the Tacoma Public Schools, the first responders, the law enforcement, the school board president. Like they're there, on the ground immediately. And, I think that it takes time to heal from stuff like this. And I think what people don't understand is these types of conflicts happen a lot. It's just this particular one happened to end in a way that obviously we didn't want. But these conflicts happen, and our people in these buildings are doing so much work around this to circumvent it. And sometimes it just happens, and there's not much you can do outside of just,
What, David,
respond.
Because you said you did a lot of fact finding. So what do we know? Why did it escalate? And after you answer that, what does it tell you about how conflicts are playing out in schools when we see something like this?
Well, my first reaction is, and I don't want to speak to because I don't have all of the facts in terms of fact finding. I just need to know who it was, just based through my personal connections with kids and staff members. And I don't necessarily I don't feel comfortable sharing any facts because I don't know the facts. But what I do know is, it was unfortunate, and the kids that were involved made bad decisions. I think when the narrative gets out there, like you hear something like mass stabbing, and by definition, a mass stabbing is there are some elements of that, but this is not random. This is not some person going around stabbing random people, which is probably the story that a lot of people made up in their heads. And that's what the one part that's disappointing about this whole thing and the verbiage around it is not this isn't I mean, it's a conflict between two parties that ended in a way that we didn't want. And we do and these security guards and the people in these buildings do everything possible to circumvent this on a daily basis. And when you think about it, we are in what month is this? May now? May Day? I mean, these kids have been here all year. So to say that they haven't had any conflicts this whole time that have been circumvented is so it's a hard job.
You listen to the voice of Dave Jones, and he has a connection with Falls High School as he does and runs the breakfast clubs usually on Fridays. And I'm assuming that he's with us, so he probably canceled that this morning, and there is no school this morning. You know what? You brought up the people in the school, and this is the part that I want to talk about because in this there was a security guard that was injured in this, and security guard. I hope that security guard's going to be okay. That's somebody's dad or granddad or loved one, but we don't talk enough about the adults that are in these buildings that, in that case, that security guard put his body in harm's way. Yeah. You have been an assistant principal. You've been in these schools. You're consistently in these schools. What do you want people to understand about what the folks inside of those buildings, what they go through, and what they carry on a daily basis?
Oh man, how much time do you have? Like the work that they do, and this is the work that they do is just tremendous. I mean, and there's people in these buildings that are the cafeteria that feed our kids, the custodians, the security people, the para-educators, the teachers, of course, we know about those, the admin, they're all involved in helping these children make better decisions. And because they're not bad kids. They have one of my kids involved is a super talented barber, literally could go into business for himself right now, is that talented. And, we just, the people in these buildings are just trying to help kids make better decisions, especially kids that we call ACEs, but that's kids that are at high risk because of not enough, support in other areas of their life. So the Tacoma, I know I can speak for Tacoma Public Schools in this regard. The Whole Child is an initiative that we're trying to support kids around, not just in school and education, but just in other facets of their life, whether it be mental health or needs for, hygiene or things of that nature. But the people in these buildings are community members, they're family members, they wear this, it's hard not to wear it. I can say as from my experience, a lot of times you wear it home and because your heart's in it. And so you feel for the kids. Like I'm having a hard time with this. These are kids I actually care about, and I know who they are and what they're about. So I just want people to hear that they might have a story in their head, or they might have a narrative about what's happening here, but I welcome people to come to. That's why I do FOSS Fridays and go live from the school, because you can see who I interview, you can see the kids, you can see what's going on in the school. It's just school, and these kids just unfortunately had a bad situation that got worse. And the security guards, shout out to them.
David Jones, sorry. You run the Breakfast Club at Foss High School. We sure appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up here next on the Gee and Ursula Show. One day, Ursula, I'll have to tell you about how I had a real bad problem at a school one day, and an assistant principal pulled me to the side and talked to me as if I was a human being. Mm-hmm. It was that guy right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Coming up next, Flesh Fridays, and Ursula found something. She says people who stay genuinely fit deep into their 60s and 70s, she's going to tell you something. Next, Gee and Ursula.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Mariners baseball is in full swing, and it's not too late to come on board as a season ticket member. With a Flex plan, you can choose your games and seats as you go. Plus, lock in guaranteed postseason access and no ticket fees. Join today at mariners.com/flex.
Don't miss the Puyallup RV Show, April 30th through May 3rd. Explore hundreds of new and used RVs, manufactured homes, and take advantage of overstocked local dealers offering huge discounts. Tickets at PuyallupRVShow.com. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Hi, I'm Erica, the annuals buyer here at Sky Nursery. This May, stock up on beautiful quality annual plants, especially if mom likes flowers. I'm adding a peachy orange begonia hanging basket for the shady side of my garden. I'm also excited for my patch of Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate to grow. And I've been planting dried flowers like strawflower and gomphrena, which you can keep as a bouquet year-round. So come on into Sky and see what you can grow. It's simpler than you think. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. SkyNursery.com.
This Memorial Day, get $525 off every window, $1,000 off every door, plus 12 months zero-interest financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco bill, and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Pump up the jam, Nick.
We're pumping up the iron right now, right? Flex Friday.
Flex Fridays. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Ursula, it's time for people to text in what's been happening. Oh, by the way, at 10 o'clock. Oh, wait, what? Seattle Children's wants to revisit policy that has medical helicopters land a mile away. I thought we was done with this topic.
Well, we just have a little bit more. We've learned that a lot of folks from Laurelhurst listen to our show.
Yes, we did.
And we sure appreciate you. Just want you to know.
And are you
Even
guys
though G was giving you a bad time.
Are you guys mad at me?
Text us 888-973-5476
Like
888-973 KIRO.
Puyallup said it
Stephen
best.
Mercer Island's mad at you too.
Oh, that's right.
So
Mercer.
Ernie in Kent is now saying the only place you're welcome is Tacoma.
And you mean to tell me the people at Mercer Island will be mad at me? Clutch pearls.
Not in my backyard.
What do you got, Ursula?
Well, we talk about Flex Fridays and all the things that we are trying to do to stay healthy. And I saw this article and I thought it was really cool because when you see someone who's really fit and active in their 60s or 70s, you're thinking, oh, they've got great genetics or they just have better willpower than I do. But psychology research actually shows that it's more than that. The people who stay healthy longest are not obsessed with going to the gym. They are people who decided early on that movement was not just about how you look, but actually trying to ensure that later on in life you can still move.
Right.
And I think that was what started this whole thing with us with Flex Friday at the beginning of the year. Is that I had that doctor's appointment where my doctor was saying, if you don't start putting some resistance and start doing some weights or doing something to build your muscles, you are just going to regret it in the next year, decades ahead. And you want to be able to get in and out of a pool, or you want to be able to still move and not be immobile as you get into your 60s and 70s. And, for a lot of you, that's going to sound like it's a long time away. But trust me, trust your girl when she says it comes quickly.
Let's get into this. I want to share something to you, and this is the reason why I think it is important that we consistently do Flex Fridays here on a Friday. And here's why. First, I'm going to ask this. Ursula, when did you go on your trip to the Philippines recently? You and your son and his girlfriend?
a couple months ago. So that was about 6 weeks ago, wasn't it?
No, was it in February? Was it February or January?
Yeah.
It was in
the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
because I remember I was on the show. We started it.
No, there's a reason why I'm asking. There's a reason.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
Okay.
Now, why does it feel like it was so long ago? I should be able to just rattle it off.
But I think you were back before the end of February.
Yeah, yes,
okay.
I was.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's why, and I'm going to share something with you guys. So Ursula came back and she was talking about her trip. And there was one specific story. This is very important because I've never shared this yet. There was a specific story in which Ursula says, I think you were getting ready to get, like they were super impressed that you were able to get up onto the boat.
I was super impressed, but we were getting in it. We were in Palawan. We were in El Nido, and we did this tour. It was really cool, but you have to be able to walk into the ocean and actually get onto a boat.
Right.
And then there were points where you're swimming and then you have to get yourself, and you think, a lot of you are going to think, hey, that's nothing.
Right.
But I tell you what, when you've got your life vest on and you're trying to get into a boat and the ladder's kind of rickety and you're trying to get in, I had to think for a minute, like, am I going to be able to get up? And am I going to be embarrassed that I can't get up into this boat?
Right.
And I was thankful that we had started doing some exercise by then.
Right. So, just to let you all know how I learn, I have never. This is why I harp so much on today's school curriculums, because everybody does not learn the same. I have always been. This is why I do the analogies and stuff that I come up with. That's literally how I think about life all day, every day.
Yeah.
So when you said that time, the visual I had, and you said, hey, I was just glad I could do that. And I had a visual of myself getting into my 60s and 70s. So it was at that time. Now, just so you guys know, I have been going to the gym regularly for the last, really hard for the last couple years. Okay?
Yeah, and if you look at the Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page, you will see a picture of Gee today. I'll tell you, it is markedly different.
But I'll tell you what changed for me is when you said that, since you said that, I have 5 days a week. I go twice a day.
Oh, my God.
Saturdays and Sundays, I go once a day. My eating has dramatically changed. And the reason is after that show, when I always drive home in silence, I visually started to see myself and was like, what am I going to be like in my 60s and 70s? And I want to be able to take those trips and be able to still move as long as I can. It was that made me start to change. Not just the working out.
Yes.
It was the eating. It was all of the stuff sitting around eating because you can't outwork a bad diet.
It's true.
So that's what changed in me. So my point, the reason why it's important to keep talking about Flex Fridays, you never know what can be said to spark somebody just a little bit.
Carol from Lake Stevens, she says, I've been on that exact same boat tour in the Philippines. My husband and I, my 30-year-old son, had to pull me up into the boat while the Filipino boat guy was pushing me up from my bottom side, if you get my drift. Yes, I do. Carol, I'm sorry. She said it was humiliating. I did not have enough upper strength. I was almost right there with you, and I was like, oh, thank God I was able to pull myself up.
Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, Seattle Children's wants to revisit policy. Laura Hurst, we'll talk about it next. Gee and Ursula.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out on my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
KIRONewsradio.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROMO25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROMO25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PROMO25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Spirit Airlines says it's making plans to cease operations as soon as tomorrow.
Spirit had been talking with the Trump administration about a $500 million aid package, but the airline's bondholders balked at the proposal, and the airline is running out of cash. It's $5 billion in the red. The recent surge in jet fuel prices because of the war in Iran hasn't helped. Sources tell CBS News the administration will not make any last-minute effort to bail out Spirit. Travel experts say customers holding tickets for canceled Spirit flights will have to try to get refunds through their credit card companies. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Pakistan says Iran has a new offer to end the war. President Trump sounds unenthused.
We've been dealing with Iran. They want to make a deal. They're not there. They're not with it. They're sort of, they get close, and then a new group of people come in. They don't know who their leaders are.
Today is day 60 of the war, a Democratic effort to enforce a War Powers Act measure that would limit further action has failed. And CBS's Nicole Killian says Defense Secretary Hegseth says it's a moot point with a ceasefire.
The administration and the secretary, for his part, believes that the ceasefire kind of pauses that clock, if you will, but I'm sure this will be something that continues to be litigated here between Capitol Hill and the White House.
Well, these California drivers are paying some of the highest gas prices in the country, topping $6 a gallon.
Don't even want to think about the whole cost of filling up my tank.
It just keeps going up.
Some people choosing not to drive at all, maybe stay home.
AAA says the national average for a regular is now $4.39. On social media, President Trump threatens a tariff increase next week for the European Union. As we hear from CBS's Linda Kenyon.
Trump said the EU is not complying with an agreed-upon trade deal. That deal, reached last July, would have set the tariff at 15%. But the Supreme Court cast doubt on the deal when it ruled that the president lacked legal authority to impose some tariffs.
California has issued new regulations that will allow police to issue traffic tickets directly to autonomous vehicle companies that operate robo-taxis.
These San Diego residents approve of the idea.
I think that's a good idea because, I mean, who's accountable for if they do anything wrong? Like, it's literally a driverless vehicle.
Of course. Yeah, so why not?
Yes, if they're breaking the law, anyone should. I mean, anyone, right? There's no one driving. Whoever the owner is.
The move to allow police to start ticketing the owners of driverless vehicles comes as Waymo prepares to begin its driverless taxi service in San Diego. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Wall Street, the Dow is down 20 points. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Still to come, a homicide investigation underway in Covington this morning. But first, let's take a look at your traffic. We're looking at a very smooth drive right now around the region. In fact, the biggest delay that I can find is from Linwood south to Bellevue on 405. That's a 7-minute delay. Now, if that's the biggest delay that I can find, things are going pretty well. South Center to Alderwood on I-5 will take you 43 minutes. That's also 7 minutes longer than usual, but that's a pretty big drive. And 43 minutes through Seattle is not bad. So if you take 405, even better news, that'll take you just 37 minutes. And so looking at my map, I'm seeing some very minor slowdowns on 405, but just about 3 minutes. And then the typical choke points as you head north on I-5 into Seattle. There's a slowdown right by where the West Seattle Bridge is. But the bridges across Lake Washington are great, and no other big delays that I am seeing at this point. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm John Repp. A homicide investigation is underway in Covington at this hour after a deadly incident near Southeast 259th Street and 186th Place Southeast. Brandon Hall, the King County Sheriff's Office, says one person was killed, another is in the hospital.
Our major crimes unit is on scene. They just started their investigation. So we don't know a lot at this point.
There have been no arrests. We have a reporter gathering information at the scene right now, and from what we can tell, from what we're hearing from neighbors, it does not appear that there is any danger to the public. We will work to confirm that with the King County Sheriff's Office. In Tacoma, the Foss High School student being held after a stabbing incident now faces multiple assault charges. KIRO News Radio's Corwin Hake has the update.
The school remains closed today after 6 people were hospitalized, including the suspect.
One was a suspect, one was a security guard, the other 4 were students.
Shelby Boyd with Tacoma PD. As of late yesterday, all victims were in stable condition, and police say the suspect faces 5 counts of first-degree assault. We still don't know what led up to the stabbing. When school reopens Monday morning, counselors will be on site to support staff and students. Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
An early morning headache on southbound I-5 at around 5 this morning, close to Highway 512. Trooper Daniel Southard says 3 large manhole covers flew off a truck into traffic. Those manhole covers were struck by at least 18 different vehicles.
Even though it's unfortunate and 18 cars are damaged and they have to get a collision report and go through their insurance to get it fixed, the important thing is no one was seriously injured or injured at all in that matter.
And as you enjoy the warm weather and sunshine this weekend, safety experts want to make sure you know that those local lakes and streams are still very cold. Lake Washington, about 56 degrees right now. A lot of rivers are in the 40s.
What surprises people is the rivers. If they get in there, it's going to be bone-chilling cold. And if you're not prepared for that, your energy could be sapped really quickly and thrown downstream, especially when there's currents involved.
That's Peter Mongelo with Snohomish Fire and Rescue. He says if you go in the water, wear a life jacket and keep an eye on the children. KIRO News Radio weather. We've talked about it already, but it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and it's not bad right now. Friday, some clouds, a little bit more clouds in the afternoon, but the high of 71 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies early on Saturday, the high 73, and then Sunday and Monday, sunshine, the high both days 81 degrees. We're already starting to warm up just a little bit. Fair skies in downtown Seattle, the temperature 59 degrees. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Fresh Fridays. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. I got to tell you, Ursula, sometimes I'll wear a new shirt or something, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'd be like I wore a Jordan shirt, I think, like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Wore it one time. You'll never see it again. Just wasn't feeling it.
What the heck?
But this shirt today, this bowling shirt.
I know. You're getting a lot of traction on that one.
I like this one. I might wear it again. I like this one.
Okay, hold up. Are you talking about, like, you have outfits that you wear once and you're done?
Because I don't want you to see me again.
Oh, no. They're really not like us. Celebrities are really not like us. I just try to make sure I don't repeat within the same 2 weeks.
By the way, I quit buying clothes like that. I'm on to something new. I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
But you know what, Ursula? As we get ready to do this show, and by the way, the Attorney General Nick Brown joins us at 11 o'clock. Don't miss that. I was asked a question by someone during the break. I'll see if I can get to that question today.
Okay.
I got to share it with you
and
the listeners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I also question my memory about when I got back from the Philippines.
When
and
did
I
you get
looked it
back?
up. March 15th. So it really was just 6 weeks ago.
Well,
why do I feel like I've lived another lifetime since then?
Well, even though I started my 2-a-days before then, I think what helped in you saying that is before I used to say, or some of you all say, I need to lose this amount of weight by this time.
Yeah.
And it's always this. I don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's, I need to feel this way in the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
But I got to put the work in now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. And I need to make up for a little bit of lost time in my 40s. No, not joking. In my 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
And this is not what we meant to be talking about right now. But in my 40s and 50s, so focused on kids and
work.
career and parents, et cetera, that I kind of forgot myself and my own health a little bit. So I'm paying for that. So anyway, I am thankful for Flex Fridays, and I'm thankful for all of you who have joined us in that effort. 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line.
What's new at 10?
So this is one of those stories that really clearly hit a nerve because it put two very Pacific Northwest values on a collision course. And we're talking about quiet neighborhoods and getting kids life-saving care as fast as possible. Right. And right now, we talked about it. Those medical helicopters headed for Seattle Children's Hospital can't land on site when they always want to because they have to sometimes touch down about a mile away on the UW campus, and then patients are transported the rest of the way. It's a policy that has been in place for decades, but now Children says they want to revisit it. And KIRO 7's Brandon Thompson explains what is behind the agreement.
Now, the hospital says a memorandum of understanding with them, the city of Seattle, and the Laurelhurst neighborhood just to the south mandates the helicopters land at UW. It was created in 1992 out of concern of noise over the lakefront community. Seattle Children says, quote, ongoing efforts by some to restrict helipad access put an unnecessary burden on the system, and quote, we are eager to revisit the voluntary agreement Children's has been operating under.
And now we find out that the Laurelhurst Community Council says they are open to talking, but I think for so many of the listeners who've already weighed in on this, it's like, why is this even a debate?
Yeah. I don't want to get in trouble by Laurelhurst, but I do want to just say this before we go. The hospital, they said, since 1992, there has been like kind of this topic has been kind of a strain a little bit. You know what I mean? It's been happening. And one of the things that really stands out to me when I see people with a lot of money or a lot of power or influence, it's the things that they fight for and the things that I don't see them fight for. What I'm saying is that this millionaire's tax, that's a big topic. It's a huge topic. Ursula, would you believe me that I've been having so many people follow me? I've been having people that haven't texted me in 8 years text me because all of a sudden they think that I'm for them on their side about the millionaire's tax. The thing is about the millionaire's tax, and we're going to talk to the Attorney General, Nick Brown, at 11 o'clock. The thing is about the millionaire's tax, I do believe that they should pay more. I do believe that they should pay more in this state because it's a regressively taxed state. The problem is the person that is sponsoring this bill, number one, and it's the way they're going about it. That's why I don't like it. But my point...
Yeah, and the whole Constitution, trying to go around the Constitution.
Right. But my point is this. I wish people with a lot of money and influence fought this hard. Like, I never heard from anybody when SNAP benefits were going away from people. I never heard from anybody when people are, struggling with child care and struggling, barely being able to not be in their houses. I never get calls from anybody when social services are being cut. My point is I'm looking forward to whole neighborhoods using their influence about something else instead of, don't do that in my neighborhood. That's what stands out to me. But I'm glad they got a deal in place.
Well, speaking about other wealthy neighborhoods, we talked about Denny Blaine Park and the nudity thing, and I'm just throwing this in there because we had a text message from someone who listened to our interview with the folks from Friends of Denny Blaine Park. If you missed that, it was on at 9:00. You can listen to our podcast.
Yes.
But the issue is whether toplessness should be considered illegal activity at that very tiny postage stamp sized park in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods of Seattle. And the folks who came in were saying, this kind of thing has been going on for years and years and years, and we just want clarity because this is something that is important to our community, and there's a private security guard hired by these neighbors who is cracking down on what they believe is innocent. And so 206 texted in, and I wanted you to react to this. 206 said, I just listened to your interview about Denny Blaine Park, and the narrative is completely incorrect. I used to bring my kids down as toddlers for a picnic lunch 20 years ago. It was not nude. I've grown up in the neighborhood. It's not been nude for 50 or 100 years. If you look at the history of Denny Beach, it was completed by Mr. Denny and Mr. Blaine, probably considered rich in those days, who wanted to share the lakefront with all, not just their neighborhood or one discriminated group. The narrative is not about rich versus the gay community. No one has a problem with that. But why should everyone be discriminated against using the beach because people are nude and partaking in sexual activities? Parks are for all, not just one demographic.
All right, Ursula. You know what? I would think it's fair. You do this segment called You Be the Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now, the people need you to be the judge. Now,
Yes.
this is one that... Now, you and I disagree and agree on a lot of topics. But this is...
You and I are going to disagree on this one.
Okay, all right. Here we go. You're the judge.
Mm-hmm.
This specific topic, you've been there.
Yep.
You've done your research.
Yep.
You've seen where the houses are.
Yep.
What's your ruling on this park?
I think that topless sunbathing should not be done in above the fence in the grassy area by the parking lot, where you would have to, if you go all the way down to the beach, that's where you're going to see the nude people. I don't have an issue with that.
Okay.
And they've already put up the barrier. I'm assuming it's still up there. We haven't been there in a number of months, but I'm assuming it's still up there. But there was an area that if you were just to pull up and see nude people and you're there, going around with your kids, I understand. And I would be okay with the judge saying, keep it down by the beach, by the protected area, and not up where everybody can see as they just pull up in the parking lot.
I think that's fair. No, I actually think that's fair. Because if you do pull around and you see that, because there's levels to it, right?
Yes.
There's levels to everything. But in this case, there's levels. And what Ursula's saying is that first level?
Yeah. It's open to everybody.
It's open to everybody.
Yeah.
So you're saying no.
No.
But the next level, all good.
You'd have to be looking.
I think that's a fair compromise.
Yes.
And you know how you are on that word.
Yes, I do. Okay. Did you hear about Governor Ferguson? I think he's kind of having a bad week because he has now agreed to pay a fine to settle an ethics investigation. This is from the Seattle Times. And they're reporting that the governor is going to pay a $4,000 penalty for inviting former aide Mike Webb to fly with him on a state plane last June. Webb was not a state employee at the time. He had resigned after allegations of creating a hostile workplace for women in the governor's office. And the ethics board found that the governor gave him a quote-unquote special benefit. Okay, I'm going to give him credit for this. He himself, the governor, calls the decision pretty... Oh, wait. Which decision? The ethics board decision or his own decision? Because I think it was a stupid decision by the governor. But anyway, the board votes on the settlement next week.
You know
it's
what?
A fresh Friday.
You know what? Can I just tell you something?
Yeah. Why the sigh?
Because let me tell you what happened this week.
Uh-oh.
This week I've had a whole lot of conservatives follow me on social media.
Yes.
I've had folks text me who I haven't talked to in years. Because I don't know, lately people are saying, gee, you sound like a conservative these days.
Parrish and Yelm said, you're truly sounding like a conservative.
Sound like a conservative.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, first of all, I'm not at all. There's a lot of things but I don't want to get into that topic. But I know the reason why is because of a question that was just asked of me a second ago. And I know why I'm sounding this way. You just said Governor Bob Ferguson has had a bad week. Let me tell you something, Ursula. The people, I don't want to call them Democrats, but I don't know what the hell is going on. But these folks are getting on my damn nerves. And so the reason what you guys are hearing, you are hearing me getting tired of being sick and tired. Forget about the sides. What is happening is we just got people right now just doing what they want to. Oh, I'm just going to pay a fine for doing something that should not have happened, right? Because they could get to do these things.
I hope we got that kind of grace.
Could you imagine getting this grace? And so I just got asked a question, and I'm going to share it with you. Somebody just asked me, hey, G, if you had to go to a barbecue and you had a choice between two barbecues, one barbecue is full of MAGA. The other barbecue is full of progressive folks. Which barbecue, if you had to pick one, would you go to? What?
Okay. I hope you never have that kind of invitation.
I literally had that question just now.
So what would you do?
You want me to answer it, or you want me to just let it go?
Well, no, you brought it up. Now answer it.
I'm going to the MAGA barbecue. You want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because I might disagree with them. I might disagree with everything that they say. Probably, most likely. But dang it, man, at least when you go there, you understand what's going to be on the burger. You understand what's going to be on the brisket. But you go to the other party, and then there's just so much confusion. You go to eat a damn burger, and there's no burger in the burger. There's no hamburger meat. So there's just so much confusion. So I'm so angry right now.
Well,
that's what you're hearing out of me. Like, there's nothing on the burger. I just want a burger. Can you guys just be that simple? But no, you don't want to put nothing in a burger. You give me having the burger, and you put potato chips on the burger, and it's supposed to be hamburger meat. So this is why I'm struggling this week.
Okay, and you know why you're struggling? Because I think it's ridiculous that we have to put a label on anything because, you think a certain way, so now you are this. Or you think a certain way, so now you are that. I've had people tell me I'm a flaming liberal, and then I've had other people tell me, oh, my God, you're so conservative. Like, because of, I'm anti-crime, or I believe in having accountability when it comes to finances. It's like, those are not exclusively one party or one thing or another.
Yeah.
I would say that you espouse common sense.
And I think what's happened is that you and I have been doing this show 6.5, almost going on 6.5 years now. And, we get accused, or I get accused of opinion because I'm just a black man. So therefore, he's definitely thinks that way. Right? They assume that he definitely thinks that way, and he's a DEI hire, and people have those assumptions, right? And where my frustration right now is this: we're living at a time where we don't have no leadership. Right now, I feel like it's just a freaking social media influenced world. It's a bunch of people that, as long as their bubble is loud enough, they can get the most votes, and then they win. They campaign, they win, and they don't even have to have any type of leadership. Yeah. And then what happens is
we need to take ownership back.
We need to take ownership back.
People.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then these folks, they get caught doing something, they pay a fine, and they never come out and be like, you know what, I messed up. Can we get back to those days? Or you're not supposed to say, I messed up. They just try to just pretend like it didn't happen, and they pay fines like Governor Bob Ferguson just did. I'm just like, just give me someone that's I don't care what side you're on. Just do it the right way. And by the way,
grifting doesn't belong in one party.
No.
It is happening on both parties.
No.
Stupid decisions are not just one party.
Nope.
It's both parties.
Nope.
And unfortunately, trying to make sense of all of it you shouldn't put labels on it. It's just trying to make sense of what's right.
No.
The label should be, this is right, this is wrong.
That's it. And by the way, it's a no-brainer with human decency, okay? I'm not even going to get to that topic, and I'm not even going to go down that road on the human decency part. And there's some folks that use their platform to punch down on people. You never punch down on people. And for you to make money punching down on people, how do you sleep at night? Like, imagine if I take a camera and go outside and film people at their most vulnerable moment. Imagine if I go up to just strangers and someone is having a hard time and I make money off of filming. You're an awful person for doing that. I'm not even talking about them. That's human decency. I'm talking about the people that pretend, oh my gosh, I love Black Lives Matters. Oh my God, I love progressive. Oh my gosh, I love folks, the DEI. I love this. And you pretend, and some of this stuff is just a scam. So what's happening right now to G? I'm just having an emotional moment on the air. Sometimes you just have a bad day at work. I'm having a bad day this week. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Robin Puyallup, who's been here since day one. The Robin Puyallup, not an officer, been here since day one. He says, I love you both because you exhibit both conservative and progressive values. There you go. Okay. But I just feel like we shouldn't assign anything to anybody. These are our opinions, period.
I don't know where we're going from here.
Hey, at 10:30.
I don't know where we're going. Where's the Gee and Ursula Show going?
Before we go to break, I have a quick point of clarification for you. Ursula, you had asked about that Ferguson quote saying the invite was pretty stupid. Bob Ferguson, Governor Ferguson, called the plain invite pretty stupid in a staff meeting. So it's not the decision, the finding, it's the fact that he did that invite to begin with.
So he's
just
admitting
to clarify that.
It was stupid. Okay.
He was like, my bad.
I'll give him credit.
Well, you know what I'm getting ready to go eat right now? Something that would be
some nuts.
Something that would be at the party full of progressive.
Egg whites and avocado toast.
You already know, Nick. You got me, dog.
But you want the real burger, right?
Yeah, so what?
Okay.
Hey, you gotta get that burger sometime too. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, what y'all think about movie theaters that charge $50 for tickets? Gee and Ursula.
And everybody is up, pulling for the big unit to do it. With his brand, with his K. 1-2 pitch on the way, swing, and a miss, and it's over. And he did it. He put it right on the rump of the old steer and burned her right in there.
It's the big unit's big weekend when the Mariners retire Randy Johnson's number 51 at T-Mobile Park. Congratulations, Randy, from a grateful city and the station that broadcasts every Mariners game you ever pitched. KIRO Newsradio.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
A shot to center field. Julio is there, and Julio makes the catch!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house, even when there's not an actual seat, because you're in the T-Mobile pen.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
The pen isn't just the perfect space to hang with your whole crew. It's where you can see Julio defend the no-fly zone 1 minute and watch Senor Smoke get ready for his big entrance the next.
Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Sure, the pen is standing room only, but with a team this exciting, who wants to be sitting down? Mariners baseball. Try this up.
Get ready to celebrate the big unit all weekend. We've got 2 incredible events lined up, both presented by T-Mobile. Tonight is Brandy Johnson 80s Jersey Night, and tomorrow is the big unit's number retirement ceremony night, featuring a historic pregame celebration starting at 6 p.m. Get your tickets now at mariners.com/big unit.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Right now, get a free furnace with the purchase of a premium heat pump and air cleaning package at CM Heating. Start today with an always free estimate. There's no beating CM Heating for heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical. Go to cmheating.com.
We are facing an uncertain time when support for nonprofits is in danger. Now is the time to show up for them. Whether you give a little or a lot, every donation creates big change. Donate to nonprofits during Give Big on May 5th at waggives.org. It's up to us.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster at a higher price and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com. A better way to sell your home.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm John Repp. King County deputies are still on the scene of a fatal shooting in Covington this morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there and joins us live with the latest. James?
John, initial reports were that this incident was some kind of home invasion in this neighborhood near Southeast 259th Street and 186th Place Southeast. It happened just after 7 a.m. this morning. One person, as you said, is dead. Another is injured. We don't know at this time what led to the shooting or how the victims are related. This neighbor, Steve, lives right across the street.
Saw 3 kids get taken out of the house and taken over to the neighbor's house, so that's where they are right now. So they were young, maybe 1 year to 5 years old.
Now, Steve also tells me that an officer here told him that there is no ongoing danger to the community, as if there is no outlying suspect here. But the sheriff's office has not yet confirmed that statement. The major crimes unit is out here, and we will bring you more information as we get it. Live in Covington, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. President Trump spoke with reporters as he was leaving the White House for a trip to Florida and acknowledged that he has received a new proposal from Iran aimed at restarting peace negotiations.
They want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it, so we'll see what happens.
In the meantime, gas prices in our state are climbing to record high levels. The student suspected of wounding 4 other students and a security guard at Foss High School faces 5 counts of first-degree assault. All the victims are expected to recover after Thursday's chaotic stabbing spree.
Aggravated and scared everyone was. Like, people were crying. It made me feel so I was really scared.
That student witnessed Brogan Avey, who spoke to KIRO 7 News. And May Day rallies are taking place across the state today, including at Seattle's Cal Anderson Park, where thousands will protest federal crackdowns on immigration. That starts in just an hour and a half. Sylvia Gonzalez, community organizer with Casa Latina, says they want to deliver a clear message in the face of ICE deportations.
This is a very important moment for us, for the domestic worker. Go outside and say, here we are. And we are looking for more protection.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down just a fraction, 4 points. The S&P 500 up 43, and the NASDAQ is up sharply at 273 points. KIRO News Radio traffic. The good news is that if you're on I-5 and you're in the south end, you have a better than average commute. That's the first time I've been able to say that this morning. You are seeing a delay from Alderwood to South Center on 405 southbound. It'll take you about 45 minutes. The slowdown is especially evident between Linwood and Bellevue. You have a 6-minute delay. And the only other real delay that I'm seeing right now is I-5 between Seattle and Linwood. You have a delay of about 3 minutes each direction, but otherwise it's a breeze. This traffic report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. Your forecast is a beautiful one for the weekend, starting right now. A mix of clouds and sun, cloudy skies in the afternoon, the high 71 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine, the high 73 on Saturday and the high of 81 degrees on Sunday and Monday. Currently in downtown Seattle, fair skies, 61 degrees. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 10:35. You are listening to the Gee and Ursula Show, and I was just getting into this song because I think... What year is this song?
I don't know the year, but SOS Band.
SOS Band.
It's definitely before 85.
Yeah, this was my favorite song in high school.
Oh, this is a jam.
So that would mean
it was
I
definitely
graduated in 83.
Yeah. Yep.
Take
your
time.
Do it right. You can do it, baby. All right.
Oh my God! People help us, please. Yeah. Okay. Well, we want to talk about movie theaters. I'm going to be honest, it's been a minute since I've been to one, but Regal Cinemas introduced a new pricing scheme for some movies during opening night, charging $50 a ticket to see Dune 3 when it first hits theaters. And the catch is that for the premium screen experience, the IMAX 70mm, meaning the best screens with the best sound, and the question is, would you pay this amount, $50, to see a movie that you were dying to see?
Yes. For the first night, because I believe that $50 ticket on night one is more important than the ticket 2 to 3 days later. And sometimes you get that whole view, all the stuff that I can't explain it all. I know I like it, but Paul can explain what I like. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know what all you get and all that. But
clearly, when I said IMAX 70mm, I'm guessing it's millimeter.
Hey, when you said that, I was like, I don't know. But the whole premise behind this is they're doing basically dynamic pricing with movies. And so I'm going to ask you, Ursula.
No.
Wait a minute. Is a movie fresh off the press, night number one, the first night, is it not more important? Not important. Don't you think that should be more expensive than night 2 and night 3?
No. For me,
you always want a deal anyways.
I do want a deal.
Yeah.
And it's part of my DNA.
Yeah.
And going in on the first night.
Yeah.
There probably was a time when I would get into that. And I envied people who, for example, Star Wars, or when a new, whatever is Raider of the Lost Ark, whatever. And
Indiana Jones.
And they get all dressed up and really get into it. I envy those people because they get so much joy out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't one of those people. So I'm good to wait until it dies down a little bit and I'm not fighting, or I don't have to sit in the very front row and crank my neck to watch the movie. And then paying $50.
One of my favorite childhood experiences is I remember it was a late screening. It was after 10 o'clock of seeing Return of the Jedi. And me and my dad were out there standing in the long line. And to this day, it's one of my favorite memories as a kid.
See, I love that.
Because when I think about it now, I think about, wow, my dad stood in line for me at River Oaks in Chicago area just to watch that movie. But my point is,
yes,
it was more important, and it was more of the dynamic pricing at that time.
Yes.
That's why it was a long line.
It worth the price of admission. And I would say if I still had young kids, like with the Harry Potter movies, we did do that. Okay. Or when the Harry Potter books would come out, we would hang out and wait until the release.
So what you're saying is if you
today's Ursula would not.
Today's Ursula, if you wanted to see a movie, you and Long Live Mark will wait till Sunday, as opposed to Friday.
Yes.
I want to see that thing right out there. I want to be the ones I saw it already.
Yeah. We've got two guys here who are like diehard movie fans.
I know Nerd Paul.
Well, hey, let me own up to that and live up to that. I made a big mistake by not going to see the Avengers movies in theaters when they first came out, because the crowd and the environment and the atmosphere that you get when you're in that group of people, especially, we're talking Dune 3 here. This is going to be one of the biggest movies of the year. This is the third movie of a trilogy that people are going to be really excited for. Man, you do get that experience that you don't get watching it at home. When you are in that packed theater on opening night or opening week and everyone is there to see that movie with you, it's definitely a different experience. Now, for me, and I see the text line, people are like, are they serving lobster with these $50 tickets? I just want to explain a little bit. This is for the top-of-the-line screen. This is for the top-of-the-line audio. So there are still... probably a lot of people say too expensive of normal tickets in your standard traditional theater, but for these $50 tickets this is basically going for the premiere, the best movie going experience that you can. If you're someone that really cares about colors and how the movie looks and sounds and everything, you'll want to go. And Dune 3 probably be worth it too, because that movie's going to be gorgeous.
See, that's wasted. Colors. That's wasted on me though,
right.
And I care about colors, but that's wasted on me.
I want to see it.
I have an opening night story for y'all, and this happened very recently. Last December, they put out the new Avatar movie, the Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
And I get together with a buddy of mine, and it was tough to get our schedules lined up. So we go to see this Avatar movie opening night. It's a Thursday night. We went to the Pacific Science Center and saw it in IMAX 3D. The best, most premium way to see this movie. That Thursday happened to be December 18th. Do you remember what happened on December 18th last year?
Storm.
It was a crucial football game. And we sat in a bar and walked through the third quarter. Seahawks were behind by like 23 points, and we thought we were fine to go watch our Avatar movie. And then the rest of the game happened. We missed the entire fourth quarter and the overtime of that Rams game because we went to go see the Avatar movie.
Hey, Mike, I just want you to know, I was done with your story when you just admitted that you guys scheduled the movie on a Seahawks game. I'm out. I don't even want to. Look, anytime Seahawks comes up, I don't even want Mike around me talking Seahawks and the fact that he scheduled a movie. And Paul knows. I'm never going to forget this.
You're going to hear, Mike, you'll be hearing about this for I haven't messed up a staple on this show for, I think, over a calendar year. And I'm still going to be dealing with it here.
That's why I wanted to tell you early on in the Mike administration.
There you go, exactly.
What do you got, Ursula?
At least I'm memorable.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Apparently, Zuckerberg and Tim Cook are saying, no, we're not buying the Seahawks. Speaking of Seahawks.
Really?
What? Like, where did we hear that one before?
The Gee and Ursula Show are shocked. pearls clutched. Man. Nick, what I'm going to do, this man, he and his friend. Yeah. Wait, it was you and your friend and the wives or just you two?
Yeah, it was just the two of us.
Oh, Lord. Nick.
Avatar over Seahawks? I don't know about that.
That was in addition to.
Nick, he ain't even had nobody else over. It's just he and his partner. He and his partner scheduled to go see a movie.
Opening night. Science Center.
I don't know what
IMAX 3D.
The Science Center is a good spot to see a movie,
It's the best theater in the town, man.
You know what's the best seat? Watching a Seahawks game. All right, coming up next. Hey, remember, Ursula, Attorney General Nick Brown is in studio, 11 o'clock. Ursula's got the boiled egg. She ready. Coming up next, scenarios.
I am getting ready.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we know the key to a long-lasting roof is yearly maintenance. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? You can trust Guardian's licensed, insured, and expertly trained team. We offer free estimates, second opinions, and financing, giving you the peace of mind your home deserves. Call today. Our first-time customers can save $99 on our award-winning roof repair and cleaning service. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
There's no beating CM Heating.
There you go, Nick. You know I like that song. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Fresh Fridays. Hey, just so you know, the Attorney General, Nick Brown, is in studio coming up in about 13 to 14 minutes. Make sure you stick around. But right now, scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Today is my anniversary. Happy anniversary. My husband told me that he got me a gift. I have not gotten him one, but he told me not to worry about it. I wondered if this was a trap because if things were reversed, I might be sad. Do guys mean that when they say it, or is it a trap? So basically, she wants to know if guys say, hey, don't worry about it, is it a trap or do they really mean it? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you have to bat first.
I think it is a trap to try to stereotype all men, whether they want one or do they really mean it. What does your husband really mean? You know him. You know him better than we do. He made a point of telling you that he got something for you. I think that was, in my opinion, your cue that perhaps, you should also do something in return.
Yeah.
And he is saying, don't worry about it. I don't care, or you don't need to get me something.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the only person who can answer whether he really means that is you.
All right, Ursula. You know what? The gloves are off. Here comes a sweeping statement. Here comes a flat-out sweeping statement.
Yes.
When women say don't worry about it, it's a trap. When men say don't worry about it, that's what we mean. That's just it.
Brad from Grand Mount says we mean it.
We mean it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Y'all gonna get mad at me, even the folks in Lawhurst. Y'all folks, y'all women, it's a trap. So my question to you and every other woman that's listening right now, why is it a trap? Why is it, well, if I say don't get me anything, technically, we don't do technically. We're very simple. If we said don't worry about it, it's don't worry about it. Why do y'all do this?
Okay. Because I don't think all men are in the same boat. My husband doesn't care necessarily or doesn't ask for much. He just says, if I want it, I'm going to go get it. So, well, that doesn't help me as the person who's going to be the gift giver, but I will still try to get a gift because I want him to know I was thinking about you. And I think this is something that you would enjoy. Or, and again...
Y'all make it complicated.
Yeah, but as far as the women go...
Yeah.
This is speaking in generalities, but I'm going to say in general, we want to know that you are thinking about us, and we don't want to have to spell it out for you specifically. So surprise us.
So why? Oh,
surprise us.
But you literally said don't worry about it. But if we don't worry about it and don't do it, then you're like, can you believe he didn't get me anything still? And I don't care if y'all mad at me. That's y'all that can tell
Barb
this
from
week.
Burien. She's not happy.
Oh, Barb from Burien called me a sexist. You want to know why she called me that? Because I'm right.
Because I don't think you're right.
Yes,
though.
I am.
No.
So wait.
No, you're speaking for all women and all men.
It's a sweeping... okay.
Yeah, I know. And it makes for better radio. I get it.
Hey, look.
I think it's just dangerous.
Hey, it is what it is. Y'all know. women, they overthink this topic right here.
My word.
Yes, I told him not to get me anything, but that's not really what I meant. And fellas, we're like, hey, don't get me nothing. That's what we meant.
253 says the only gift is my wife with a red bow.
Yeah.
Now, if you really react that way and she does come up with a red bow and you are thrilled, that's a good marriage.
If there's a shopping list, and you go into the store, if you're in a relationship right now, you go on the list, I bet you one of you guys get what was on the list, get in and get out. One of you guys get what's on the list, and then, I want to have a little bit of that, and I forgot about that. I regret that. So you went there to get 10 things, you leave with 21 things. Some people go to the list with 10 things, and they leave out with 10 things.
Okay, Gary says on this scenarios, I'm going to use it as a get out of jail free card for when I forget next week. And I think Gary is speaking the truth.
Okay, read what Joni said. Joni said, G, spot on. Don't worry about it. It's something a woman would totally do, and I'm a woman.
I have never had an occasion where I said, don't worry about it. You damn well better worry about it, and I'm a woman too.
All right, before we get to Nick, Paul, what you got on this topic, man?
I'd like to be thought of a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. I don't need something, but it's the same type of thing. And I think this goes for both. If you're told don't get something, you don't do anything, whether it's no gift or not even the gift of time or just showing up and being a part of it. Yeah. That's a bummer. Hey, you don't need to get me something, but if you're like, hey, I picked up a pizza on the way home and that's what I want to do, that's cool too. I like being thought of as well, but I don't necessarily need something in this instance.
Brother Nick, what you got?
You know, the dude might be saying on the surface that you shouldn't worry about the gifts and it's no big deal. And maybe he doesn't have anything in mind he wouldn't want from you. But let's be real. Who's going to be begging for a gift when someone out loud says they forgot to get you a little something, something? It's the thought and elements of surprise that counts. So don't take it words at face value. And you better find a thing he likes to return the good graces and keep him from feeling a bad vibe on the down low. I don't care if it's a Rolex watch or even just a homemade coupon for a free night out. Don't fall for the trap of, oh, don't worry about it, because it's not a real thing.
Spot on, Nick. Spot on. Even though I got all these people agreeing with G.
Hey, quick question. In your relationship, just text in. I'm not going to even make a sweeping statement. I'm just going to ask. Who cares more about the gift? You or them? You see how I did that? Okay. In your relationship, who cares more about the gift, you or them? Boy, I've gotten good at this.
We're going to have to continue this conversation on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page.
You see how politically correct I got?
Yeah, I do.
You see how I do. You see how I did that?
Happy now.
Arbery from Gig Harbor says, I agree with G's sweeping statements. Come on now. Hey, coming up next, the Attorney General Nick Brown joins us. Gee and Ursula.
And everybody is up, pulling for the big unit to do it with his brand, with his K. 1-2 pitch on the way, swing, and a miss, and it's over. And he did it. He put it right on the rump of the old steer and burned her right in there.
It's the big unit's big weekend when the Mariners retire Randy Johnson's number 51 at T-Mobile Park. Congratulations, Randy, from a grateful city and the station that broadcasts every Mariners game you ever pitched. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
Hey, did you hear about that multi-billion-dollar Roundup settlement?
Yeah, it impacts people who are exposed to weed killers at work or at home, even if you just used it in your own yard. Lawsuits claim it causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a blood cancer.
But we're not sick, so that doesn't affect us.
But it does. This cancer can take 10 to 15 years to show up.
That's a long time after exposure.
It is, and that's why the settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you get sick, even years from now, you could get $6,000 to $165,000 or more as part of this settlement.
So what's the catch?
If you stay in, you give up the right to sue them later.
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup settlement.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Gee and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
This May, stock up on beautiful annual plants from Sky Nursery, especially if Mom likes flowers. A hanging basket for a shady spot, a patch of Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate, or straw flowers to keep in a year-round dried bouquet. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store, skynursery.com.
Looking for lumber with a story? Then you've got to check out the new Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse in Soto. Be the first to get your hands on reclaimed lumber with original character and local history. Their warehouse is packed with new inventory now. But when this wood is gone, it's gone. So act fast. Come visit the Salvage Lumber Warehouse for the grand opening on May 2nd from 11 to 3 in Soto. And remember, this lumber is harvested from structures, not forests. Find them at ewsalvage.com.
We're facing an uncertain time when support for nonprofits is in danger. Now is the time to show up for them. Whether you give a little or a lot, every donation creates big change. Donate to nonprofits during Give Big on May 5th at wildgives.org. It's up to us.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. CBS News has learned that Trump administration officials have been told Spirit will be shutting down operations in the next 24 hours. Bondholders balked at the terms of the $500 million government aid package for the airline. CBS's Ed O'Keefe with President Trump's response.
He suggested there may be an announcement later today or tomorrow about some kind of plan. Pointed out that there are creditors that were trying to come up with a deal and that he's eager to save the 18,000 or so jobs that are tied to the airline. But did not sound hopeful or committal to something specific that would keep that airline from shutting down here in the coming hours or days.
President Trump cast doubt on the latest efforts to end the war against Iran.
The president is turning thumbs down to Iran's latest proposal.
They want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it.
Trump also rejected getting congressional approval for the war now that it's passing the 60-day mark.
But we're always in touch with Congress. But nobody's ever sought it before. Nobody's ever asked for it before. It's never been used before. Why should we be different?
Trump deemed the War Powers Act unconstitutional. It requires congressional approval for war after 60 days. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Amid the war with Iran, AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded gas is $4.39, even higher in Indiana, where this man lives.
At $5 a gallon, I about wilted like an old flower.
CBS's Jim Ursula reports on a deadly plane crash in the hill country of central Texas.
5 people have died after the small plane they were in crashed near a lake outside Wimberley, Texas. That's about 40 miles southwest of Austin. A local official says it appears the Cessna aircraft was traveling at a high rate of speed when it went down late Thursday night.
A mystery safe creates a lot of buzz in Southern California.
Hal Mooney and his family bought an old diner in Long Beach and were renovating it into a pizza
pizza joint when they discovered an old safe in the back.
It's too heavy to lift. There's drill marks that people tried to get into it but were unsuccessful.
Mooney has been selling $5 raffle tickets for a chance to win whatever is inside.
I'm hoping it's money. I honestly don't think that there's anything in it.
The raffle has raised more than $13,000, which Mooney's Pizza Tavern is donating to a local youth shelter. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Ford is starting a major recall regarding seat installations on the company's two biggest selling SUVs. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
The problem is with a possible loose bolt on the front seat frames of certain 24 through 26 Ford Rangers and Broncos. The seats may not properly restrain an occupant during a crash. Owners could notice squeaks, looseness, or rattles. No crashes or injuries have been reported.
Stocks are up. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I'm Tony. There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers. How are you? I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Still ahead, the latest on a homicide investigation in Covington. We'll take you there live. First, let's take a look at KIRO News Radio traffic. Alderwood to South Center is the biggest delay that I'm seeing on the board right now. It'll take you 42 minutes if you are heading down on 405. Bellevue to Renton is the biggest issue, but I've got to clarify with all of this that this is a Friday commute. So this is nothing like it was on Thursday. It's a lot easier out on the roadways, but I am seeing a 6-minute delay and a slowdown there. Linwood to Bellevue, we are looking at about a 4-minute delay, so both sections of that drive down 405. There is one minor slowdown heading north on I-5 between Renton and Seattle. That's a typical choke point right at the West Seattle Bridge. But I've got to tell you, everywhere else, looking great. Some of the drives are actually below the typical averages that we're seeing at this time of day. This traffic report brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony night presented by T-Mobile is Saturday, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm John Repp. King County deputies are still on the scene of a fatal shooting in Covington. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there and joins us now live with the latest. James?
John, a 911 call came in just after 7 this morning for a home invasion shooting in a neighborhood near Southeast 259th Street at 186th Place Southeast. When deputies arrived, they found one person dead, another one injured. This neighbor, Steve, on all the commotion right across the street.
Saw 3 kids get taken out of the house and taken over to the neighbor's house, so that's where they are right now. So they were young, maybe 1 year to 5 years old.
Now, Steve says he saw the 3 children that he believed to be, under 5 years old. So far, King County deputies have yet to confirm that. Live in Covington, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. A crowd is beginning to gather at Cal Anderson Park for a May Day rally that kicks off at noon. We take you there live to KIRO News Radio's Corwin Hake with the latest. Corwin?
John, I'm seeing mostly organizers so far gathered for a rally to begin presently, and after that, what's expected to be a 2-mile march. Route so far unknown for safety's sake. The focus, as always on May Day, is workers' rights, with an extra emphasis this year on immigrant rights in the wake of this year's many ICE crackdowns. Live on Capitol Hill, Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Corwin. It's been a week of record-breaking gas prices around the nation and around our state. The average price for regular in Washington state now stands at $5.59 a gallon, according to GasBuddy.com. AAA has it even higher at $5.61. And, of course, in Seattle, $5.79 average. Both are new all-time records. And a big weekend at T-Mobile Park. KIRO News Radio's Manda Factor reports the Mariners honor the big unit, retiring Randy Johnson's number 51.
The late Dave Niehaus.
Swing and a miss! He's done it! Randy Johnson has just...
Mariners broadcaster Rick Riz tells Seattle's Morning News he and Dave knew Randy was something special.
Oh, one of the most intimidating, dominating, fiercest competitors I've ever seen.
Riz says when Randy took the ball, it was a win day.
You know, he had this swagger. He had this confidence. He knew that day he was the best pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Johnson spent 10 seasons in Seattle, won 5 Cy Young Awards, and made the Hall of Fame. Manda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Here's a look at your weather forecast in a word: sunshine. I want to give you one more word: warm. 73 degrees the high tomorrow, Sunday, the high 81 degrees. The high 81 degrees as well on Monday. Currently in downtown Seattle, 61 degrees and fair. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Let me tell you why it's Fresh Fridays here on the Gee and Ursula Show, because I tell you what, I took a break, came back, and the whole text line says, Gee, I agree with all of your sweeping statements today. Ursula?
Today?
I'm just saying. Here's the thing. Some of you guys agree about sweeping statements all the time. You just don't want to admit it.
Oh.
All right, good morning, Ursula. We got a lot to go through today.
We do. Just a reminder, though, because I know you're going to want to text in with this next segment. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
The fight over Washington's new millionaire's tax is not just about money anymore. It is about whether voters were ever supposed to get a say. There are newly released emails that show the state attorney general's office advising lawmakers while the bill was being written, including discussion of an emergency clause, which is the kind that can fast-track a law and make it harder for voters to challenge it. Now, AG Nick Brown says that is being completely mischaracterized and that his team was simply explaining the law. But critics, including former Attorney General Rob McKenna, who is one of the plaintiff's attorneys in this case, says this looks like something very different.
I respect that his interpretation of all those emails is that they were just giving legal advice, but a lot of other people have read them and concluded, no, they're actually trying to help legislators shape this legislation to get around the Constitution.
Okay, and Nick Brown is here. The Attorney General is joining us live in studio. So I want to start there. Your office discussed adding an emergency clause, which for people who don't know can limit the ability for voters to challenge it through a referendum. Help me understand why that even came up if it wasn't to keep this tax from a public vote.
Sure. Well, first, thanks for letting me come back into the studio. It's good to see you all. Happy Friday. The sun is out. It's a good day. First and foremost, as the lawyers for the state of Washington, we represent every state agency, board, and commission in addition to the people of the state of Washington. So one of our clients is the legislature of the state of Washington. When they come to the AG's office and say, we need legal advice, we need help, we want to analyze issues, cases, challenges for bills that we're considering or bills that exist, that is our legal and professional obligation, our duty, our oath to give them advice. Part of the time they come to us and say, we need to understand existing court precedent and whether or not those court decisions were decided correctly or not. When it comes to the limitations on income tax in the state of Washington, they asked us to analyze this case from 1933 that put limitations on the use of an income tax in the state. Their perspective, which we agreed with, was that that case was wrongly decided in 1933.
So you agreed with their assessment that State Senator Jamie Peterson said on our show that that was an incorrect ruling at that time.
Correct. Yeah, we agreed that it was wrongly decided. And so as they were thinking about that piece of policy legislation as well as other iterations of that same thing, we have to advise them of the risk, the likelihood of success, and the way that they might overcome what we believe is a wrongly decided decision. That's what we do. To put this in context, this is what every attorney general in the state and in the country does. We advise our clients. We do not have the option when they come to us seeking advice to simply tell them, no, we can't help you, we can't give them advice. Imagine if you had a lawyer in any context, your personal life, your professional life, and you asked that lawyer for help and they said, yes, we agree this is an option for you, but we can't help you with that. You would not keep that lawyer because they would be violating their duty. And I should say, for A.G. McKenna, who I have a lot of respect for, and I'll have more to say, it took us about 5 minutes to find cases where Rob McKenna had gone to court as Attorney General and advocated overturning a Supreme Court precedent on behalf of Washington state agencies, which means he talked to those agencies, he and his team talked to those agencies about overturning a case that they argued was wrongly decided. Twice. It took us about 5 minutes. There might be more cases. So this is something that I have done, that my predecessors have done, and it is part of our oath of office.
So AG Rob McKenna, he's done this before you, huh?
Yeah, he was Attorney General for a little bit.
You know, I want to set this straight because this is what I hear. You are essentially, as the Attorney General of Washington, Attorney General for Washington, you're the lawyer for the legislature, you're the lawyer for the people, and you're the lawyer for the state itself.
Correct.
Is that fair? Okay.
Yep.
Help us understand, when you're the lawyer for all three, help us understand which one, does one take precedent? Because right now, me, the people, right now, I feel like you're just a lawyer for the legislature. And I feel like you're not a lawyer for the people. Help me understand.
Sure. So you're right. I wear a lot of different hats. In our office, we have over 800 lawyers. We fulfill multiple obligations. Okay. One of our clients that we have an attorney-client relationship with is the Washington State Legislature. So when they come to us asking for help, advice, guidance, we provide that as lawyers for the legislature. Mm-hmm. I also have this independent constitutional obligation to advocate on behalf of the people. And so when I bring a case on behalf of the state of Washington, I recognize that I'm speaking for 8 million or so Washingtonians. When we bring a civil rights case, an environmental protection case, healthcare, et cetera, I am speaking for the people. Mm-hmm. I do not represent individual Washingtonians and their individual interests. But when it comes to laws passed by the legislature or laws passed by the people, we defend those laws because that is the obligation that we have. We step up to defend those laws. I want to talk a little bit about this emergency clause provision that Rob was talking about because it is incorrect. And I don't know if Rob is intentionally misleading people or he's forgotten about some of the obligations that he had when he was Attorney General. But a bill that has has revenue, a law that raises revenue to support state government is not subject to a referendum, period, whether or not it has an emergency clause. Let me just say that one more time. A bill that raises revenue on behalf of the state government is not subject to the referendum, whether or not it has an emergency clause. The emergency clause is important in terms of the process by which that law gets adjudicated. If it has an emergency clause, the Secretary of State automatically rejects it. Rejects the challenges to put it in a referendum. That happens automatically. If it didn't have an emergency clause, it would get rejected later when somebody challenged it and the court would say, no, this is not subject to a referendum. So the conversation that we were having with our client, the legislature, about the use of emergency clause was not about avoiding a referendum at all, because we know, and the advice is pretty clear, and it's been pretty clear in recent filings we've had, that whether or not it had an emergency clause was totally irrelevant to whether or not it would be subject to a referendum. And so when I hear Rob McKenna misleading about that, and I've read some of the reporting misleading about that, it's frustrating to me. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the reason that I wanted to be here today to talk about our role and our obligation. The other thing that I think it's important to say is that Rob McKenna and other lawyers are getting paid to represent millionaires and corporations to get rid of the millionaire's tax. They are getting paid literally thousands of dollars per hour to represent these people to get rid of the millionaire's tax. Rob McKenna's hourly rate is about $1,600 an hour.
Yeah, and he's not hiding the fact that he is one of the plaintiff's attorneys, which is why I wanted to make sure that people know he is one of the plaintiff's attorneys and also a former state attorney general. So obviously vested interest in a couple of ways. But you mentioned that you do represent the people. Now, the people of the state of Washington, not all millionaires, have repeatedly said they don't want a state income tax. And there is an issue that this legislature and this bill took out any kind of guardrails, and, for however you wanted to argue it, will make it harder for this to go to the people, to a vote of the people. You know the history of income tax in the state of Washington, and how people have voted. And we keep bringing up the 1933 Supreme Court ruling, but there have been other decisions that have repeatedly said the same thing. Why not try to have advise the lawmakers to get an amendment to the Constitution?
Well, first and foremost, and this relates a little bit to Gee's question, I always will trust Washington voters to make the decisions that they think are right for themselves and the people that they elect and the things that they support. My job in coming here today and in general is not to convince you that a tax on millionaires is a good thing or a bad thing. I trust Washington voters to make up their own minds on this important issue. Secondly, We didn't write the policy. We're not involved in drafting the policy. We're involved in helping the legislature analyze and draft it in the way that they want to draft it and understand some of the legal risk. What I also say is nobody likes paying taxes. I don't like paying taxes. And I understand anytime you're talking about taxes or people's money, particularly in 2026 when we're just talking about some of the affordability issues, I understand why that raises people's concerns. And it should, because none of us want to be paying more in taxes. What I can tell you also, however, is that the legislature has had for decades the ability to impose a 1% income tax. They've never done it. They've had the ability to do other sorts of taxes that are unpopular. They've never done it. And I personally think it would be politically disastrous if they ever tried to impose an income tax beyond the one that they're doing now. And this is a 9% tax on people's over $1 million of income, which is a pretty narrow tax. But again, we're not the policy writers here. We're helping the legislature understand the legal issues.
You're listening to the voice of Attorney General Nick Brown here on the Gee and Ursula Show. And I'm glad you brought that up about just the millionaire's tax. I'm on record saying, look, I agreed with folks in this state that make a lot of money being able to pay more because right now we have a regressively taxed state. However, recently, it was Representative April Berg was caught on a leaked Zoom that was appearing to confirm that the millionaire's tax is a path to a broader income tax. The Senate majority leaders, which, Jamie Peterson, favorite, emails say the same thing. So right now, there's a lot of people that are listening that will hear this. A regular family, most folks in this state hear that and they say, this is the start of the millionaire's tax, yes, but then there's no guardrails to come down. So what is your role? And I know you can't really talk about litigation and all that stuff. What is your role to fight for the people? And then you're also the lawyer for the legislature when they actually admitted that the millionaire's tax is a path to a broader income tax. How do you distinguish that fight?
Well, importantly, I don't represent individual members of the legislature, nor am I here to talk about or defend some of the things that they might be prioritizing. My job is multifaceted, as we talked about earlier. Legislators of all parties, Republican, Democrat, in the legislature, they need legal advice in their role as legislators. That is what we provide.
Yeah.
If there are people in the legislature who want to get rid of other things, other laws, change the tax code, that's our job to give them advice as well. What I think is important, however, is that there are guardrails in that you have the ability, much like we had in this millionaire's tax implementation, to have your voice heard, to elect the people who are going to advocate on your behalf. If the legislature ever did something that was going to impact people beneath the millionaire tax threshold, getting down to the rest of us working folks in this community, you have the ability to have your voices heard and to vote those fools out if they did such a thing. And that is, democracy is messy and complicated and iterative. Like, we build on these progress.
Yeah.
But I also think it's important, there has not been a political appetite to do the sorts of things that people are rightly concerned about. And there has been however, an appetite to tax the most wealthy people in our community. We know that because just in 2024, the state, by 60% almost, passed a tax on capital gains, which is only targeting a very small people. That was overwhelmingly popular in the state of Washington. Other things, taxes that might hit the rest of us, not folks that are earning $1,600 an hour, are much more reluctant to engage in.
And that's what people are most worried about. I mean, this is a major new tax, whether you support it or not. Do you believe voters should have a direct say in it?
Well, that's up to the people ultimately. If this,
and it should be up to the people.
Well, but not every single law. The legislature passes 300 to 500 laws a year. The important thing is that we have a representative democracy. We don't want the people to vote on every single law. On things like this, the people could pass, once the law takes effect, which is not until 2028, but they could do it in the interim. There's other avenues to attack this law if they don't support it.
You're talking about a referendum?
Yeah, but they can attack or initiative. There's other ways to attack it.
Would your office step in to block that effort if it did go to a referendum?
That wouldn't be we defend state law. So depending on the type of challenge, that might be our role. And look, there have been initiatives that the people have passed that I have not personally supported. And guess what we did? We went to court to defend that law. There are things that the legislature does that I don't personally support. Guess what we do? We go and defend those laws because that is what you want from your lawyers, your representatives.
You listen to the voice of Attorney General Nick Brown here on the Gee and Ursula Show. I'm trying to say, I want to say something, and then I'm going to pose it into a question because your client, the legislature, right, in this case, the problem is that even though you talk about the millionaire's tax, let me speak for myself. I personally don't trust your client to just stay at the millionaire's part. I am now convinced that if something were to happen with the millionaire's tax, I'm convinced that there's no guardrails to protect the people. And the only way, you're basically saying the only way for us to really feel assurance and protected is it has to get overturned, it has to go into place, and then the people have to count on the Attorney General to come back and fight for that. Is that fair to say? Did you follow that?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
let me, again, I want to reiterate what I said earlier. I'm not here to convince you that a tax on millionaires is a good thing or bad thing, but I think that's important context for me. But also, as you know, we have the 49th most regressive tax system in the country. And there are two ways you get out of that, or two options in the light of our current reality, that we have the most regressive tax system in the country, the system that hits poor people and working class and middle class people the most. Like, we pay more of our income than the most wealthy elite people in the nation, many of whom live in Washington state. So there are two options in the face of that reality. One, the status quo. We maintain a regressive, oppressive tax system. Two, we work to change it. We try new things like a millionaire's tax. If you don't change, or if you don't convince the court that their original ruling was wrongly decided, then you are stuck in the status quo. You are stuck with the system that you don't like, and that I've heard that you don't like as well. So if you don't like our system, we have to look at new creative ways to get out of that system. And I don't think there's another option but for convincing the court that their original decision was incorrect.
Okay, I know we are so late and out of time, but I have to ask you about this. And so we're going to go a little deeper because there have been recent reports. This has nothing to do with millionaire's tax, but this has to do with recent reports of potential fraud involving contractors working with King County Human Services. And I wanted you to listen to something that Councilmember Rod Dembowski recently said on our show.
There's also some that just defrauded us. People clearly stole money. You can just see it. And I am very frustrated that there has not been more action to have accountability on that. We're going to have a report coming out pretty soon from a private accounting firm, Clark Newber, who we've hired to review those contracts. And that, I think, can serve as the basis to take next steps in terms of civil recoveries and perhaps even criminal cases. And there should be.
And as Attorney General, I'm just curious, would this rise to the level of something that your office would take on?
It could be, depending on whether it's civil or criminal. And so, as we've talked about in the past, I don't have original criminal jurisdiction. I have to get referrals from county prosecutors, or the governor can refer cases. So if it's a criminal matter, it's going to be a local prosecutor or a federal prosecutor. We have a Department of Justice, to the extent it still exists in this country, in this state, that can investigate federal violations of criminal law. If it's a civil violation, a violation of consumer protection laws or other statutes, it might be a matter that we could investigate on the civil side. That we haven't had that request yet, or taken that those steps of investigating some of the newly stuff in King County, but it could be on the civil side.
Attorney General Nick Brown, I wish we could have you longer, but we're grateful that you come in and tackle these topics.
I think this is an important issue. People need to think deeply about it, and it's important for me that people understand truth from fiction, and that's why I wanted to be here. So I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, we'll have Agree to Disagree. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
This is Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland. I'm working to lower costs, grow the middle class, keep us safe, and defend our freedom. I'm also here to help you with the IRS, Social Security, Medicare, the VA, passports, and more. We've recovered over $16 million for taxpayers and look forward to helping you. Call me at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. You've heard the saying, you are what you eat. Eggs are an incredible source of protein and omega-3s. But have you thought about what the hens eat to make healthier eggs? At Wilcox Farms, our hens enjoy organic pastures and a diet of organic grains and flaxseed, creating vibrant yolks, richer flavor, and real nutrition for your family. Next time you're at the store, choose Wilcox Eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm John Repp. We continue to follow an active investigation in Covington after a deadly shooting there this morning. One person dead, another injured. The initial call was for a home invasion. King County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit remains on the scene. President Trump says he is not satisfied with Iran's latest proposal to end the war.
He basically said that there are two options, either make a deal or he's prepared to escalate the situation militarily. For the time being, you've seen that U.S. naval blockade being in place, and Iran has acknowledged it is having an impact. But the president saying the world has witnessed Iran's tolerance and conciliation. What is being done under the guise of a naval blockade is an extension of military operations against a nation, paying the price for its resistance and independence. Continuation of this aggressive approach is intolerable.
That's News Nation's Robert Sherman. Gas prices continue to set new records every day around the state with no end in sight. The average price in Seattle, $5.79 a gallon, according to GasBuddy.com. Several data center developers are pulling their plans for large-scale facilities in Seattle. The Seattle Times reports that 2 out of the 4 companies who originally approached the city say they now are no longer looking to plug into Seattle City Light's power grid. The news comes as Seattle City Council members announced plans for a moratorium on those large-scale data centers, and the mayor's office says it will update the city's response on the issue next week. Seattle readers love their e-books. The Seattle Public Library says that visitors logged more than 7.2 million checkouts of digital materials last year. That means the library ranks 10th in the world for the number of digital books checked out. The Seattle Times reports the library system also hosted more than 3.4 million in-person visits last year, the most ever. On Wall Street, stocks, well, the Dow is even at right about this point, just down 4, but the S&P 500 is up 43 points, and the NASDAQ is up sharply at 273 points. KIRO Newsradio traffic. We are seeing a slowdown from Renton to Seattle right now of about 4 minutes on northbound I-5. It's that same trouble spot that you would expect just after you pass Boeing Field. Just prepare to tap the brakes for a little bit. Heading north from the south end on 405 is also not ideal, but it is the biggest delay that we have right now throughout the whole map, showing up as just a 7-minute delay. It's a 35-minute drive from Federal Way into Bellevue. So this is Friday light that we're talking about. Literally everything else is either right at average, below average, or maybe just 1 to 2 minutes above. Seattle to Linwood gets a gold star in particular because it's just a 19-minute drive. Traffic brought to you by the Puyallup RV Show. The Puyallup RV Show now through Sunday. Shop hundreds of new and used RVs, manufactured homes, and get show-only prices. There's also free parking. Tickets at PuyallupRVShow.com. Here's your weather forecast for today. More clouds moving in and warm, the high 71 degrees. Saturday, mostly sunny skies, the high 73. And then Sunday and Monday, mostly sunny skies and warm, the high 81 degrees. Currently in downtown Seattle, partly cloudy skies and 63. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
To the Gee and Ursula Show. Just want to say thank you to John Repp, who has been fantastic anchoring the news.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I just want to say, John, I just love being around you. And just so we're clear, I don't love being around a lot of people.
This is true.
Well,
I'm dead serious. And I just want you to know that, especially when I come to this job, you really help me.
I have had more fun this past week than I should be allowed to have. It's been great. So thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. And you wear nice shirts.
Well, it is time for us to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But there was something that really stood out to you in that last interview, G. I wanted to make sure it didn't go past everybody.
Well, I think the biggest thing that we learned in that is, I think the biggest takeaway is to remember that he has 3 clients, right? He has 3 clients. He's got the legislature, he's got the people, and he's got the state. And so if you went into that interview, he even said it himself, he's not trying to change your mind about the millionaire's tax. That wasn't what he was trying to do. I think he did a pretty good job of clearing up some of the misinformation surrounding this topic.
and his office's role in advising lawmakers.
And I love how he talked about Rob McKenna. And he talked about, it's like, hey, it took us 5 minutes to come up with 2 cases. We could do more, but where Rob McKenna did the same exact thing.
Yes.
And he also talked about how much money Rob McKenna is making per hour. He's making
being
more
a private attorney is a very
making more per
lucrative
hour
business
than the average Washingtonian does in a week. So, how are we thinking about that? That's all.
Agree to Disagree Now, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves and just really go at it. I have a simple question here for this first part of Agree to Disagree. What is the perfect pizza? Well, let me explain a little bit more here. The Puget Sound has quietly become a world-class pizza destination with what some are calling a pizza triangle. That's got Moto Pizza, we're talking about Sourdough Willie's, and we're talking about Niles Peacock Kitchen and Bar when it comes to pizza. These chefs are now winning awards and taking on the big stage of the world of pizza, like in New York and in Chicago and across the world, actually. Fun fact, they also all come from the same sourdough starter from Sourdough Willie's. There's a little interesting fact there. So, Ursula, what is your perfect pie, and do you have a preferred pie in Seattle?
My perfect pie, actually, I do have a preferred place. It's Varlamo's in Northeast Seattle, and I love that they have an excellent crust, not too thick, not too thin. I like a lot of cheese, and I like a lot of meat. And then we add toppings like mushrooms and olives. So it's kind of a combo, but I don't like the green peppers on it. But I like a good solid crust, not too tart tomato sauce, and a lot of cheese. I don't like sweet either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the perfect pizza, doesn't matter where it's from. I don't want to get into, to even have this discussion about anything here compared to Chicago.
Ooh.
That's not where I want to go. But I'll say this. Some of y'all put way too much stuff on your pizza.
Oh.
And I just like to keep it plain Jane. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Simple. My favorite, that's why I don't really eat pizza anymore, but cheese and sausage. Done. Or some of you all like cheese, pepperoni. Done. Right? Some of you are putting like 4 and 5, all these different toppings. That ain't no pizza.
That's me. That's me. It's a full meal.
I like to keep it simple.
Yeah.
An Italian sausage back in Chicago, cheese and sausage, tavern style. Oh.
Do you like the whole pizza covered with everything, or do you like a lot of crust left over? Because I'm the person also that someone else will eat my crust.
Oh, I'll eat your crust.
Yeah, give me the crust, please. That's one of my favorite bites. A little sauce, a little cheese at the end. Yeah. I think when it comes to a pizza place, though, I think for me there is one standard. You got to have the good cheese slice. If you don't have the good baseline solid cheese pizza, you're in trouble. Because then you're just adding stuff on top of a mediocre cheese pizza.
Hey, Ursula, are you feeling like in this discussion that Paul has a master's degree in pizza?
Yeah, I do.
I'm a big pizza guy.
I kind of want to.
It's one of the things I got a little bit of eyebrows raised from me when I was planning my wedding, because some people do the traditional you get your chicken or your fish or your beef, what are you gonna get, what are you gonna do? We did pizza. We got wood-fired pizza, a little buffet style, and it was a smash hit. People loved it because we had kids, we had families from all stuff. We were able to do gluten-free, vegan, all that type of stuff. Because maybe this is a different agree to disagree here, but I think wedding food, more often than not, the catered meal, so overrated.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Chicken with the green beans and the little scoop of mashed potatoes.
It's about the status and not the food itself. I'm with you, man.
So why not just make it pizza? Make your own pizzas. Yeah,
so basically is what we did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I had an event, right, and I suggested this because a lot of times, Ursula, you've been to these galas, and it's wedding food.
Yes.
Most of the time, it's not good, right? So you just go through the motions. It looks a certain way. You pay X amount per plate. So that's just fine. So you go through that motion. But then usually you might have a little time for a little after party, get together. And I had the organization bring in Dick's Burgers for everybody. I'm telling you right now, the crowd lit up when a whole bunch of Dick's Burgers showed up. to get that. Crazy.
Someone just texted in, and I want to say it's Fred in the 206 and said, Ursula, best pizza ever was Papa's Pizza in Eugene, Oregon. Correct. Were they around when you lived there? Yes. So that was the start of my pizza journey.
It was good?
Yes. Because we didn't eat a lot of pizza in the Philippines. So when we moved to Eugene, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm finally living a real life now. I have real pizza.
I'll tell you guys why I don't eat pizza anymore. Here's the truth. Because when I eat pizza,
can't stop.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
And I don't get full. It's almost embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can eat a medium Domino's pizza by myself, no problem.
Yep.
No problem. So it's disgusting. So all of you all that can just have 1 or 2 slices and be done, bless you.
Yeah, that's me now. That's me now.
That's you now?
One of those pizzas that I described,
yeah,
1 slice is like a full meal.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Give me Detroit style over Chicago deep dish, G.
But I love your idea for your wedding.
I'm telling you, folks, it worked out great. Don't go the tradition. If you have a caterer you love, sure, whatever. But I think that was one of the coolest things we did. It was our food for us. And guess what? With the party favor, when everyone was leaving, you got a nice pizza to go.
Well, folks will remember it.
Yeah, well, everyone's in a hotel, pop it in the microwave. You're good to go.
Lillian just texted in and says, hey, you eat my crust all the time. All right, coming up next, text message feedback, and then Ursula's words lived by.
And everybody is up, pulling for the big unit to do it. With his brand, with his K. 1-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss and it's over. And he did it. He put it right on the rump of the old steer and burned her right in there.
It's the Big Unit's big weekend when the Mariners retire Randy Johnson's number 51 at T-Mobile Park. Congratulations, Randy, from a grateful city and the station that broadcasts every Mariners game you ever pitched. KIRO Newsradio.
Hi, I'm Erica, the annuals buyer here at Sky Nursery. This May, stock up on beautiful quality annual plants, especially if mom likes flowers. I'm adding a peachy orange begonia hanging basket for the shady side of my garden. I'm also excited for my patch of Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate to grow. And I've been planting dried flowers like strawflower and gomphrena, which you can keep as a bouquet year-round. So come on into Sky and see what you can grow. It's simpler than you think. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. skynursery.com.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof inspected. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we'll help it last as long as possible. Our trained and licensed crew will evaluate your roof, repairing when we can, and offering replacement options only when necessary. Plus, every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit GuardianRoofing.com today.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
You can't control what's happening in the world. You can't control gas prices or what the market does tomorrow. But you can control whether your retirement is protected when the unexpected hits. That's what Rajiv Nagayach has dedicated his career to helping families do. Not just picking investments, but building one plan that brings your healthcare, housing, legal, and financial decisions together into a single strategy. A strategy designed to keep you out of a nursing home, protect your assets, and keep your family from becoming your unpaid caregivers. If the last weeks have made you uneasy about your future, you need help. Join Rajiv at a free 90-minute seminar this May. You'll see where most plans fall short and how yours doesn't have to.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Space is limited, so sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Yep, it's raining out there. Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction speaks for itself. They'll keep your home leak-free and protected from the northwest rains. Visit integrityrc.com to schedule a roof assessment or video inspection today. With years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled team can help with a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Visit integrityrc.com. That's integrityrc.com.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't, and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination, and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. DayandNight.net.
Okay, what a show it has been this week.
Man, how many interviews have we been doing just in the past week? I was like, we had a lot of the newsmakers
if
on
this show was a pizza,
show.
It would be a meat lover's pizza.
Come on, dude.
Stuffed crust and everything.
Hey, so here's the thing. I just want to do this from here on out. I just want to do a lot of interviews, Ursula. And by the way, I don't care to do the interviews of the people that don't want to come on the show.
I'm going to still say that Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson,
I didn't even say her name.
Open invitation. Well, people remember. They have long memories. We want you on the show. We are not going to give up. We've been asking every week. I know you love John Curley, but we've got a show too.
Some people, right? That's fair. But some people can only stay in campaign mode. And campaign mode is when you're always constantly talking to people that laugh when you say buy millionaires. And so when you're used to being that way, I want leadership. I want people to come on to the show that are ready to lead the people that voted for them and even the people that didn't vote for them. That's leadership.
And show an evolution. And she can show that right here on the Gee Ursula Show.
Maybe in a year or two. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, on this topic, Kevin in Black Diamond said, I know a lot of people who, if they could leave Washington State right now, they would. And I'm included in that bunch. There are a lot of unhappy people when you get outside of the city of Seattle that would leave right now if they could afford to leave.
Can I ask a respectful question?
Yes, and Kevin in Black Diamond is a very regular listener and texter.
No, this is a very serious, respectful question. I've had text messages, inbox messages, people telling me they have friends that are leaving. I'm not saying that you're not leaving. I believe you, okay? I haven't had anybody say I'm leaving and I'm going to this place. Where are people going?
Idaho.
Okay.
Some.
Okay.
Texas.
Florida.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How's real estate in Florida?
Says there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I love about Florida, a lot of stuff I don't love. So I'm staying right here.
Florida man.
Al in Seattle. If the millionaires would prefer to leave rather than uphold their obligations to our community, then peace out, fools. We don't need you here.
We were talking about the incident at Foss High School here, and Abed in 425 says, my daughter works in Seattle schools. Her mental health is breaking down like fractions. What I hear from her has me concerned. It's like the Thunderdome.
253 says, still no SROs in the schools. School resources, safety resource officers. How much case study needs to be done before we make the decision that maybe triggering a couple of kids is worth it?
We were talking about the Denny Blaine Beach there, and Aubrey from Gig Harbor says, how about common sense rather than imposing your values on other? There's a location that embraces nudity where my wife worked. We weren't interested, so we chose not to go in that area. My question is, what does that area have that you can't enjoy elsewhere, and leave those that choose that lifestyle alone?
On Fresh Friday, Carrie in Bonnie Lake says, just remember those PTs say, oh no, I'm not even going to read
You
this.
responded to that one on the text line.
But that was just meant to be a personal thing between me and Carrie.
We do squats now so we can pee by ourselves when we're 90. I got you there, Ursula. Hey, I liked this one. I liked this one here from 206 says, have been working out for 55 years and boy, has it been worth it. Can do many things people much younger than me are not able to do. 80 and going strong.
Come on now.
I love that. No more labels. Gee, that was a conversation that we just kind of pulled out of nowhere, and it was one that a lot of people texted in about. Lynn in Tacoma says, gee, you're just speaking the truth, whether it's conservative, liberal, or right in the middle. Keep speaking the truth.
Ted from Tacoma says, people need to stop trying to defend stupid things that their political party does and not be afraid to say, that move was wrong.
How much is house insurance in Florida? I was Mark from Nisqually. Go ahead, Ursula. Keep going.
On our interview with Attorney General Nick Brown, which, by the way, make sure you go back and listen. Cliff in Woodinville said it was one of our best interviews that he's ever. And now Cliff is another one who listens every day. 253 says that last segment with the current AG about the millionaire's tax has driven me to find out when this goes to court. I want to watch it on TV with a huge bucket of popcorn.
206 says, I'm a big-time progressive, but we always hear about fixing our regressive tax system. But we just passed this millionaire tax and did nothing to reduce the tax burden on everyone else. I don't buy the fixing our broken tax system argument anymore.
Do you guys think if a lot of people move, they'll these houses will go down?
Yes.
Ursula, we got the words to live by. What you got?
Maybe not by a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to quote Dalai Lama. Why not?
Okay.
Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive.
Come on. That's where you end the week.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's an anchor right there.
Nick, what you got, man?
Well, lately we've seen party politics pick leadership that may sometimes grind our gears and slap our feelings with a whip. And we're just wishing just for common folks to lend a standard voice that might calm our nerves and give us real talk where we can rejoice. But there's a voice heard on the show that shocked G with some shame when Mike revealed he picked a movie over a Seahawks game. G was about ready to throw his egg whites and avocado toast at the wall, buy some of his favorite burgers and pizza after that, crust and everything.
Here's the thing, though. I know Paul, Ursula was standing there when he was telling that story, and I know Paul was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
You're never going to.
We all learn on this show. Mike's been doing training with us. He's been learning with us.
Karen Z took up your challenge, G.
What'd you say?
Moving to Boise this summer. Bye.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? In about a year or so, our buddy, Gene Falk,
Gene Balk.
Gene Balk, FYI guy.
Yeah.
He'll let us know.
Well, and the thing is, though, you and I both agree that mayors should not be so cavalier about people leaving. We can't afford,
I'm a radio host.
Yeah.
I'm not a mayor. I didn't tell y'all to not drink Starbucks.
Yes.
Thanks, Ursula. Good
Thank
show.
you.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, man. Hey, thank you, Paul.
Always happy to be here,
Nick, my man.
You too, man.
The Jake and Spike show to coming in next. Hey, you all have a beautiful weekend. Yeah, you too, Nikki. We'll do this again on Monday. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you. When they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see, they know, they hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. Life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
2 years ago, my office launched a major media campaign to identify key witness to our client's bicycle accident, which we later settled for $10 million. Because when we accept a case, we don't rest until we do everything possible to improve our client's chance of recovery. We're one of only a few firms in the state with an in-house investigation team building our clients' cases. So when you hire Davis Law Group, you don't just get a dedicated and award-winning legal team. You get our commitment to better service and even better results. Request a free consultation today at 206-888-8888.
Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518